Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 9, which is quite crazy. Started back, I don't know when we started, May or something like that. Or was it last year? Who knows? But here we are again. Does anyone remember where we left off after it's been so long? Where we are.
I got charmed by a very ugly, horrific creature. My proclivities are very strange, but so I was out of most of the fight, as I recall, but everybody else took care of business.
Yes, you had encountered Blotha on the road. Her actual self was tucked behind a tree, but you managed to find that a fiendish creature had taken on her likeness. For reasons we don't know yet, because Blotha was unconscious. But the nice thing is you guys were able to sleep soundly because of the vestiges you got, the artifacts. You got some fancy artifacts that keep you safe, especially the ravens watching over you as you sleep. And to begin things off, can everyone just roll a d4 for me, please?
Dos.
2,
1.
1. Okay. That's good.
I got a 4. I'm just going to find my physical dice, but I'm just using that as an interim measure, just while being disorganised, I forgot where I put them, so I'm going to have a root around.
That's all right. So, excuse me. With a 1, Arnu, you wake up first. And this day is a bit colder than the last day. The temperature has dropped significantly, and we're into the double digits now below 0.
Ooh.
Minus 10 degrees Celsius.
Wait, what is that Fahrenheit? The true fantasy. What is that? 14 degrees. So 14 Fahrenheit, minus 10 Celsius. Okay.
So it's minus 10 degrees Celsius. So snow has started to fall down in this morning. And the fire has started to go out since no one was on watch. Luckily, you wake up in time to kind of stoke the flames and wake up. And realize there's a little bit of light snow. It seems finally late autumn has started to catch up with you guys and the land here. You have a few moments to yourself before who rolled the 2. Valentil wakes up.
My old bones ache.
And as Valentil eloquently puts, and then eventually Tinmer wakes up. And then, of course, Rhino. But he's usually the first one up, and then he plays his viola in your face. That's usually how it goes, but this time he wakes up last. Blotha is still asleep, unconscious, however. But her horse is still there, gnawing on some grass near the edge of the path. And what would you like to do this morning?
We were headed to, the whole reason we were going this way, we're headed back to the home base, right? We're home, Raven,
Yep.
Raven left there. So I say we sling Blova over her horse. If she wakes up in the process, great. If not, we just trot her on and we go there, because she said she was going there anyway, so we're not taking there against her will. And then we can, we'll just move on, I guess, towards our goal.
So as you prepare for the day to set off, you go to check on Blotha, and her eyes just start to flitter open as you go to one of you to pick her up. Probably Tinra. She has the highest strength.
Wow, I mean, technically, perhaps.
Back
in my prime.
Back in my day, I was the strongest. No, yeah. She's just being a little bit of a nuisance. Good old dogs. Yes, her eyes flicker open. and she looks a little bit confused as to where he is. Because if you remember last time, she was afflicted with exhaustion, but luckily those have kind of started to go away as she's finally been able to rest properly. And she had a madness develop as well, where she thinks she's the strongest, most beautiful person she knows, most capable. So as far as you know, she's still got that going on, because it seems to be either a long-term madness, which Tinner, you were able to deduce a while ago, even with your passive medicine. And she wakes up, her eyes flutter open. She goes, oh, where am I? Oh, and I think it was you, Tinraz, as she looks at you. Cleric! It's good to see you. What happened? Where's that creature?
Well, we managed to rescue you from that evil creature, so you're safe now with us.
Oh.
Thanks be to Lady Almara for the blessing of our victory.
She's not an official endorsement of our quest, just so you know. Not official of the entire group, but yeah, sure. It's, she can be part of it.
I just thought I'd wake her up with a little bit of sort of going on about Almara to get her day off to a good start,
Yeah.
Try and
No
convert her or
problems
something. And eventually she looks over to her, looks around, and depending where you put the body of that thing is either still nearby or you chucked it into the woods somewhere or something like that.
We looted it, right? If I
You
recall.
looted
We
it.
looted it. I thought we looted it, but wouldn't we normally destroy it as standard in case it regenerates?
You could. So, yeah, I guess the best way to do that would be chuck it in the fire as it was trying to do with
Yeah,
you.
I think we would do because we're super paranoid about things that regenerate.
Yeah. At least it's not a troll. But yeah, the bones are scattered on the side. She looks around, finds the bones eventually. And she says, that thing was not after my dreams, as the name Dream Eater would indicate, but after a different kind of dream. My ambitions, my goals, my sense of purpose. I don't know where it came from. I'm glad you came along when you did. It would have taken me far longer to defeat it on my own.
A very accurate assessment. I gotta say, it kind of had your personality down pretty well. We couldn't really tell the difference until it showed itself to be slightly less hideous, but slightly more hideous. Sorry.
Did I look good? Were you infatuated?
I was, but not because of my own volition.
Oh, you old dog.
It had curves in all the right places, okay? Here and there. Anyway, dwarves aren't known for their great taste.
Yeah, their tongue's a bit weird. Bad joke.
That one askew.
Well, I know today was not going to be my death. For I know my death will be near when a Valkyrie ghost is present to take me to Versgarda as a Valkyrie's chosen to fight in the eternal battle all day, and then even the evening be completely reconciled as we feast in Udin's hall. That is where I shall go, and today was not that day.
If you really want to go, we could probably help you with that, but you sound very excited about it.
You don't want to fight me, old man. You will lose. And she gestures to her weapon on her side, which you have seen smaller versions of, potentially around Ravenhorn. It's like a dagger, but has a slight shape to the end of the blade. It's a little bit longer. It's called a Seeks. And she has a longer version called a Great Seeks. It's basically a sword version of that. And what are you doing? Eh? Great Seeks. So that is her weapon of choice. And so eventually she gets to her feet, and she strokes the neck of her horse. And she says, "Oh, loyal Skoogfaxi, thank you for being here, my friend." And she unhitches her horse. Skoogfaxi, And she gets on the saddle. Well, brave heroes, thank you for your aid. And one day, I might see you all in Valsgarda. Yeah! And she runs back to Ravenheart.
Oh no, please don't go. Oh, we loved your company so much. Oh jeez. Oh gosh, she's gone. Well, truly sad tidings there.
My plan worked then.
Yeah, went about as well as it could be expected.
Yeah, it worked. I managed to drive her away.
Yes, if you were to ask her about the name of her horse, it's basically means shadow mane.
I was going to ask her, but she rode away before I could say anything.
There was time if you want to, so we can go back and say what you would ask her. But yeah.
There we go.
But as you guys start to head back down the path, a wagon comes over the hill. And driving the wagon is a figure you recognize, Valentiel. It is Favriel, your employer.
Ah.
And riding beside him is Vilcorman, blonde hair. And you just catch a glimpse of a figure with dark skin in the back, riding in the back of the wagon. And hello, Vincenzo.
Hello, everyone. Glad to finally be here.
Yay!
Hey. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the festivities. You came at a good time.
Great.
So, basically, the wagon trundles along up the path. Valentiel hails you. Ah, Franz! Valentiel, it's good to see you again. As he pulls up beside you. Pulls the wagon to a halt, and then jumps off. Then he extends his hand towards you, Valentiel, to shake it. And as he does so, he puts his left hand on your shoulder and says, "Told you I'd be in touch."
Ah, what would I do without your witticism, sir? Good to see you, but not necessarily hear from you at the same time. Welcome. What riffraff have you brought here? What are you transporting there?
And as you look up into the wagon, Vincenzo, would you like to describe your character, please?
Yeah, all right, so hold on. I need to get my sheet up.
Mostly physical appearance for now, if you'd like.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a drow. Very we'll say he's very tall and gangly because he's not very physically fit at all. But he has a great mustache and long hair.
Sweet. So kind of like a taller version of Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride.
Yeah,
oh no,
sure.
but a drow, but also completely different coloring.
Sure, something along those lines.
Right.
Yeah, so D&D drow, in my lore, I just call them night elves. They have an actual super long name that means watchers blessed by the sun, mountain or something like that. I have it down here.
All right, yeah, night elf, very tall, not physically fit guy.
And his robes, what kind of robes?
We'll go with very medium quality. He's not poor, but he's not he doesn't spend money on extravagant things. Just very plainly dressed, very simple.
Now, how tall are we talking exactly? I mean, like 7 feet tall, or like taller than our new, or
how tall is our new?
7'1", something like that.
We'll go with like 6'6".
Okay, so rather tall. Okay.
Again, making Valentiel look very short.
I was gonna say, so I'm looking at your kneecaps. I'll name each of your kneecaps, sir.
Yes, he's staring down at you like this as you taunt him.
Because Tenra is 6 feet. Valentiel is 4 foot. 5 foot something. And now we have your character, the Night Elf, is 6'6", and then our new is, I believe, 7'1". So we got a very interesting party in terms of fights. But Favriel basically gestures over to the Night Elf in the back of the wagon and says, this is Verdan. He is the apprentice of the court wizard of the High King of Valheim. Asgardr is the capital here, the unofficial capital, as I found out. And I was telling him about the scorching of Dar al-Simerg, Valentil. You were there. I don't wish to bring up that painful memory, but we'll discuss it on the way. Everyone, into the wagon.
I guess we're getting in the wagon here. All right, shotgun. I mean, dual-wielded bow.
Dual-wielded bow.
Dual crossbow.
I have notes. Finding notes. Feel free to, as everyone comes to the back of the wagon, feel free to introduce yourselves, talk amongst yourselves while I try and find these notes.
Okay, my guy Verdan wants to meet all the interesting characters that just joined, so I start with Valentil, since I know you the most. Tell me about yourself.
Right. Well, half dwarf, half elf. Ma was one of the sea elves, and Pa was a dwarf in the mining towns there as a trader. And so I'm half. I'm very old though. I don't look it. I look very spry and virile, but I'm actually quite old. Coming near within about 100 years or so of my peak lifespan. So kind of looking for significance in my final years here, and lending my expertise to my fellow travelers here. Very amicable fellow, and just stunning in every way, really. Is kind of the way it goes, as you can clearly see.
Charming. That's all it says.
Big fan of the mustache, by the way. I kind of have one of my own, but it's not quite as magnificent as it's dwarfed by my beard. But
takes a lot of skill to grow something like this. That's what he says.
Is that a charisma thing or a strength or
pride?
And this tall. Well, they're both tall to me, but are new.
Yeah, my name's Anu. I'm Wallach. Probably don't know if you've seen many of them before. A sort of ranger hunter.
I couldn't quite hear that.
I also appreciate the mustache. I'm always a fan of people doing more with their hair.
Yeah, Waloof is a humanoid wolf creature.
No, I've never met one before. I'm a hermit. I don't go out much, so I gesture to the whole group. I'm like, this is very interesting to me. I've never seen something quite like this.
Well, after you meet Tinra, I got a question for you then, sir. But Tinra here is fabulous. Just don't ask her about any gods or anything. Just ask her about her.
Blessings on you this day. My lady Almara must be praised for bringing you into our company. As they've touched upon, I am the Lady Tinra, and I have a special interest in healing. My family all very tragically died of plague. I was close to my older brother Alaric, and he was the last one to die of plague. I fought hard to keep him alive, but unfortunately he perished along with the rest of my family. And after that, I was taken in by the Temple of Almara, and from there I dedicated my life to learning the healing arts. And we're currently trying to find out the sort of evil magical cause behind this plague of undead and rot blight that seems to be spreading throughout the land.
Very sorry to hear about your loss there. And he kind of just goes completely past the god stuff. He's not interested in that. He's like, well, your quest sounds very interesting. I'd be possibly keen on joining in.
What brings you out of your well, I was going to say mother's basement, but what brings you out into the world if you're more introspective, if you're not so much into mingling with folks? What brings you out this way, out in this crickety wagon with this with my boss man?
Well, hold on a second.
Everyone has notes.
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested in this dragon egg that I've been hearing about. I just want to do some research on it, and you guys seem like you can handle yourselves pretty well. Not that I need you to carry me or anything, but some assistance would be nice. Maybe we can all learn more about this together, and maybe I can learn how to make friends along the way.
Noble goals.
Sorry, no what holes?
Noble goals.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a way to grace yourself there. No a-holes! No buttholes here. Well.
But I am a wizard, and I specialize in fire magic. I do want to say that. I didn't say that.
WE.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what you might bring to the table. Not that we're willing to take on all kinds of baggage, but just happy to know you can blast some stuff with fire. That is a good thing. I don't think we have too much of that in the party at the moment.
Now you have enough of it.
Indeed. A giant matchstick. It's fabulous.
We never need to worry about making a fire ever again.
Yes, that's thinking big picture. We need a fire starter. That's all you're going to do is just light the fire every night.
I was thinking about cooking,
Oh, yeah. We haven't had breakfast, so I understand that, yeah.
Awesome. So to go back to the Shadow Mane horse just for a moment, Blother would explain that Skoogfaxi was a name inspired by two actual horses in their Eddas and Sagas. She talks about Skinfaxi, which means bright mane, and he's a horse that's said to pull forth the day over the horizon. And then she tells you about Thrimfaxi, which is Frostmane or something like that, that pulls forth the night. And the spit that falls from his bit also creates the dew on the grasses you find in the morning. So inspired by actual horses, Skinfaxi and Thrimfaxi, Skoogfaxi, basically Shadow Mane, which J.R.R. Tolkien is quite likely inspired by those horses when he came up with Shadowfax.
So if the spit is the dew, what about what comes out of the posterior? What are those the mountains? What exactly are we dealing with there?
You'd probably make a joke. Oh, that's just you. But there's no record of anything to do with that. It's just foam from the horse's bit.
Okay.
Skoogfaxi.
Skoogfaxi.
Shadow Mane, yes. Give me 1 second. What are you doing? Huh?
And suddenly God left the universe, and we had no purpose and no way to move forward in life. Quick, while he's away! Oh, you missed it. I'm invincible now, and I've defeated the biggest bad in the game. In the world. Yeah.
And you die. All right, roll.
You're welcome.
I heard Odin's accountant was a horse. They called him Shadow Tax.
Oh,
right,
my camera's dying. The stream is dropping. Oh, calamities.
Oh no.
oh noes.
Shadow Tax. All right. So you guys start to trundle along. Fabriel will drive unless you want to have Alan too.
Nah, I'm good.
And you guys make your way trundling along back to Ravenhorn. On the way, Fabriel pipes up. So I came to find you. Found you. after meeting Verdan in Askarder, I thought I should get a package outside and leave the door open slightly. Thank you.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, but where is this package then?
Just, yeah, it's probably stolen by now. So, he tells you about Askarder and finding someone else to assist you on your discoveries. Namely the volcanic egg, Valenchiel. I believe it is one we have encountered before.
Do tell.
You remember the scorching of Dar al-Simerg in Rosen?
Like it was yesterday.
Like it was yesterday, yes. The sky opened up, a lava dragon came through a rift in the sky and scorched the city to the ground. The dragon's fire came alive into elementals. And the cobblestone streets got so hot, they melted people right into it. You were there with Olaran. You know, that high elf guy? That wizard who nobody liked. But you guys managed to escort citizens out of the city before the entire districts, all of them, burned to ash. And we believe that our other wizard friend that was there, I believe his name was Armal. He said the volcanic egg was the cause, that someone used it and accidentally opened a rift into a land known as Robentosh, land of fire and volcanoes. But shortly after that event, that egg disappeared, that artifact. And now this volcanic egg matches the description of this artifact almost perfectly. Pure obsidian glass, orange in color. And it seems like multiple people are after it.
Do we remember how the egg? Because I'm just putting this out here now. Just a man of science, I can appreciate, but do we know for sure how this egg was brought on to create this cataclysm? Because if we're going to study it, as Verdan's intention seems to be, I think it's important to know what not to do, where not to poke it, so that we don't do that again. Because I'll have you know, I developed a phobia of fiery elementals after that incident, and I'm not keen on seeing them again. If I do, I will flee in terror, shrieking like a much younger and less attractive person.
I wouldn't blame you for running. But I don't know how to work this magic. I don't know anything about this type of magic. It disappeared along with Armel to some place, and now it's here. Then you'll make an intelligence check.
Oh, I'll ask a question afterwards. Go ahead. I've got a question.
Got to demonstrate how intelligent I am. Are you kidding me? Goodness gracious!
Not a 1.
A 2. Hang on. Let me add my stats. Just a second. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Intelligence. There we go. That's a 6. Ha ha.
That's a 6.
I'm smarter.
So you're able to think on what Favriel is saying for just a moment, and he's saying he doesn't know how the egg ended up here. In a manner of speaking, you know that it ended up here, that someone brought it, but you don't know of any Aramel that you've heard of through your travels, especially in this area. That name rings a bell to you in terms of what happened in the past. This was 250 years ago. But nothing, that name doesn't ring a bell in any records you may have come across in this area.
So who's Arnell? I'm asking the my boss man, because he's
Aramel.
Aramel.
Yes, Aramel. He's just he was at the time he was a young abjurer wizard, and he created lots of protective barriers to help keep the flames away from the citizens as we were escorting them out of the city. But he disappeared a long time ago.
Can you do that, Verdan? Can you not only manipulate fire, but can you also redirect it away from people, just out of curiosity?
Well, I'm quite young. I'm just the the apprentice. I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I like to talk a big game, but I'm not quite there yet.
So the fire guy blowing smoke, how appropriate.
Tinra, what was your question?
I was wondering because you mentioned that obviously this thing came through and attacked people through a portal of sorts, and the volcanic egg was linked to that. So I was thinking that's not dissimilar to the mechanism that's brought the rock blight and the undead suddenly appearing. It's as if they came out of a portal somehow, because there was much more numbers than there were actual creatures or bodies in that tomb that they poured forth from. So it seems to me that might be a mechanism that was perhaps in play with bringing the rock blights to this land.
It's an astute deduction. That
And my other question was about the timing, because you said that this dragon's egg was somehow used and brought through this creature, but was it immediate, or was there some lull? I mean, how did you know to actually connect the dragon's egg to that event? Was it like immediate that the portal opened and it came through straight away, or was there like a lead-in time?
As I recall from that day, and Valentina, you would recall this as well. You were with Valentina, you were with Fabriel at the time. You were in the tower for a time, and then you entered the market square. And when you were in the tower, there was a different wizard there, who is indeed studying the volcanic egg. I'll get a name for him in a second. But when you were in the market square, that is when the rift in the sky opened up. But it happened all within the same day.
So, just for clarification, what was the direct correlation? Kind of what she said. I may have missed it. So I just what was the direct thing going? Oh, egg thingy does thing, and this happens.
The only artifact being studied at the time was this volcanic egg. So unless it would be unlikely for another magic user to randomly show up, conjure a portal, and then a particular type of dragon come through the sky. It was a lava dragon. And I don't know, let's see, you may have been told this by Alan Drove, that it was a lava dragon egg. So there seems to be a connection between the rift, the portal, into Robentosh, the land of fire, and where lava dragons live, and then the dragon coming through the rift in the sky. So that was the only logical correlation that all the wizards present at that time after the event were able to come up with. It was Valentil, you were there, Favrio was there, Aramel was there briefly, and then he absconded with the egg and left. And then there was Olarin there. This was before he was killed in a routine escort mission.
Darn, those escort missions are always a horrible thing. I never take them for just that reason. I can't remember if you could refresh me. Was there a way that what was the way that we ended the cataclysm? Like what was that put a final halt to the Atromant, the Atronox and the flames and all of that good stuff?
Sorry, let me just speak with my new mouth, because apparently I can't drink water either. Let's see here. So, what was your question again?
What ultimately brought an end to the cataclysm?
Oh, an end.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks. I got water myself, and I was trying to listen as I was trying to deal with that. What ended the cataclysm? Eventually, we were able to drive back the dragon. Well, at least we thought. I think it just became bored with burning the city after it had been completely scorched. Maybe it was looking for its egg and was never able to find it. But eventually, it just left right through the portal from which it came. Which is strange. I'm not sure why it didn't just leave and make a nest somewhere.
So here's what I'm thinking. We might have a viable way to if we ever have to combat the blood right and all that kind of stuff and the big bad, we might, if we could figure out how to trigger it, we might just dump the egg, break the thing open, and let the dragon and all his fiery minions take care of these guys. I think we might have a way forward there. That's what I'm thinking.
Why would you destroy this powerful magical artifact?
Okay, you and I, we may not, no, you misunderstand. Remember, the cataclysm was channeled without breaking the egg the first time. So I'm thinking whatever we got, maybe you just got to caress it, maybe you got to kiss it, maybe you got to whisper sweet nothings in its ear. But however you do it, we get it to channel it. But the egg was fine afterwards. So I'm not proposing we bust it open. It was a turn of phrase, sir. It was a turn of phrase. I was just saying, instigate it, make it do its thing is all I'm saying. Don't want to break it. No, definitely not break it. Unless it's worth money to break it somehow, but I don't think that's the case either. So.
Blowing smoke, lighting gas, all the stuff.
What? No, I'm being serious.
I'm completely sincere.
I'm just
We've
saying
got an
it's
artifact. You go first. No, I was just musing aloud. You go first.
well, I'm doing more of the same. I'm thinking it's a bit of a stretch, but if we do find out a way to do it, it may be something that could be used to our advantage. Enemies killing each other kind of thing. But otherwise, proceed with caution, of course.
Wouldn't we want to? Well, we've got an artifact that is highly suspect in terms of having opened a portal, and we've had potentially the rock blight creatures come through. We could potentially send them back. But there's also the other world, isn't there, in that globe that we found? And there's missing. I forget the lady's name. She's missing, isn't she?
Yeah. So
there's like another portal within that globe, isn't there? So we've kind of got two realities converging on this one.
Yes, Archwizard Raven got trapped in his own wizarding orb. So he's in there, and Theotla, the wind sorcerer, her physical body is unconscious in a comatose state in the Ravenhorn Longhouse, but part of her soul, her spirit, is trapped within the orb as well. So yes, there's that world. There's the world where the undead came from, and then there's the third thing connected to the artifact, which is Robintosh, the land of fire. And just a quick aside, the dragon of illuminance, Alendrov, said that it was a volcanic egg as the artifact, but he did not mention whether or not the dragon was still alive, dead, or fossilized. There's no way to know that.
The one that appeared through the rift?
The egg itself, the volcanic egg artifact itself.
Right.
We don't know if the egg, since it's an egg, if the dragon within is still alive, if it is not, or if it is just fossilized because it's an ancient artifact.
So it's Schrodinger's egg then?
Yes.
Well, now we know who's belonged to. We just got to get it back to him. Maybe that's the name of the dragon.
The unique thing as well is, just going back to one of the earlier sessions, Zanak was a thief who stole the egg somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And until you chased him down, but only 2 people knew of the egg's location. Technically 3. But Jalskona Ravina, the chief of Ravenhorn, Archwizard Raven, who is missing, and the Dragon of Illuminance, who wouldn't divulge secrets unless he was asked to, or in good faith, given leeway or permission to.
And there's also the fact that the thief was actually on his way back to return the egg, wasn't he? So I reckon there's a consciousness in there. There is a dragon probably still alive in there because it influenced him to turn around and come back.
Yeah, he apparently saw visions of Rotblight on the mainland when everyone assures that it has not reached the mainland yet. So there's the contradiction.
Are you sure you don't want to turn back, Verdun? As you can see, we're in a cluck right now.
I'm here to learn more, so like I said, I'm keen to join y'all's party and make some friends along the way.
Gabrielle pipes up. I was hoping you would.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity, Favriel.
No problem. And the ride goes on in silence, unless anyone would also like to speak or ask questions, say things, use words to talk, all that good stuff. Otherwise,
we want to carry on getting back. I wouldn't say home exactly, but getting back to try and find out some answers. We know somebody actually tried to stop us returning, so we just want to push on with our journey now.
Yeah, I was trying to think if there's anything we need to let Verdun know about, but I don't know. If as a refresher for us as well as to let him know. So we are now almost fairly certain that the Jarlmeister, the gal, the leader, right?
Mhm.
She's under some kind of nefarious. She's either the completely counterfeit or she's screwed up in the head. Is my point? She's not behaving the way she should. We have interacted with her, but
An enchantment, yes.
Yes, that's it. Enchantment. Yeah. Sorry, this old mind can't remember the old the words. Yeah. So she's enchanted. So she may be a little, seem a little crazy, a little off. But yeah. So don't. We're trying to sort that out. Maybe if you throw a fireball in her face, it might shake her out of it. We can see.
Mm. But yeah, it's in these situations as well. If you want to say exposition dump but leave X out, you can do that as well. Or you say, "Oh, I tell him everything," or you can just mention specific things like, "Oh, we got attacked by witches, and they're not letting us go back," and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of stuff that would be a good refresher for since we haven't been there in a while. Just anything that would be relevant to the discussion we're going to enter into that he would need to know that we need to remember having gone in. That's the main thing I remember. And then there's the other lady who's also a, what do you call that? She's the seller of magics and potions or whatever. She's a proxy,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Klauga, the seer,
Yeah.
who Alan said you must find and go see.
Right.
And
We
she's
gotta
got
see
no
what she-
memory, isn't she, of past a certain period of time? We kind of established through questioning that she's actually a copy of herself.
Yeah, it's a simulacrum.
Mm.
Yeah. It's I think a month. She can't remember the last month of stuff that
Year.
happened, I think. It's
It
year.
was a year, I think, because the rock blight had been there for 3 years and she thought it was only there for 2.
Right.
So she can't learn anything new, but she still can do things related to knowledge and practices she knew up to a year ago.
Yeah, she can overcharge us for potions. She was charging. Don't buy the potions. She's ripping you off. It's an absolute gouge.
I say thank you for letting me avoid the scam.
Yeah, no, it's highway robbery is what it is. Anyway, I think that covers pretty much all the important things. So yeah, we're gonna have some crazy weird people, and it's kind of a dumpy city anyway, or dumpy little town. But yeah, just setting your expectations. This is not going to be a fun excursion.
Yes.
So then Verdun lets his pride get in the way. He's like, I mean, I'm still ready to meet new people and all that, but if I have to meet people that live below me, then that's fine too. That's all part of being well traveled.
Says the man who just started traveling.
Yeah, Verdun, you would have walked through Ravenhorn. The wagon would have passed right through, so you would have seen the gigantic ward covering half of the western half of Ravenhorn, the village.
Let's just say he was asleep.
He could have been asleep. But there's that knowledge there for you.
Got it.
A narcoleptic pyromancer. What a treat that'll be.
This is a long trip.
Hey, if that was a curse, that would be terrible. I cast a spell. Roll a d20. It's a 1. Okay, you suffer from narcolepsy.
Right. And you set yourself on fire.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So as you guys are walking, trundling along this path, talking amongst yourselves, you eventually pass by what's his name, Beely's hut, where you descended into the well to fight that massive Draco worms. And I need everyone to make a perception check, please.
Okay, let me remember how to do this.
Okay.
Perception.
That'll be what you
If I have proficiency and disadvantage, which ones do I click?
Oh, just click perception. It'll just be plus. Just click the plus whatever it is.
Okay.
And we should roll it for you. Oh, yeah.
I got an 18 plus, I got plus 4, so that's 22.
I got 16.
16. All right.
11.
11. Yeah.
15.
Okay, that's pretty good too. Oh, right. There's also Ryanel here. Ryanel is a human bard who thinks he's a lizard folk.
Right. Sea City's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he couldn't do this, but he plays the viol. That's all he is. All right. All right. I have notes on this too. So looking over at the farm, the strange thing is you don't see anything at all. In fact, it looks completely abandoned. The 20 something, you're able to see that some of the crops have withered, and some of the snow is starting to cover the ground, and you hear no call of livestock. The lights are not on in the house, and it seems like, for all intents and purposes, that this place is abandoned.
Can't really say I blame them after the experience they had. I mean, they did have several people get killed, and that didn't they? They might have decided to move on.
You also get a sense intuitively, those who rolled 15 or more, that there is a faint, in the back of your mind, a faint feeling of sorrow as you drive past.
Verdan says, wow, look at that destitute farm over there. Wonder what the story is behind that. Something terrible must have happened there.
Do we want to loot and pillage?
I suppose we ought to check if they're still alive. I mean, we did go to all that effort to try and keep them alive, so maybe we go and check that they're still alive, or if they're dead, then we give them a decent burial.
Right, just exactly what I said. Yeah.
Agreed.
Huzzah!
Awesome. So, you tell Favriel to slow down and stop, and you all disembark from the wagon. Favriel will stay there chatting with his Vilcor friend, who is there to help him navigate the terrain. And you make your way over. Let me pull up the map.
Do I need to click launch game?
Yes.
Okay.
Launch game. Hello. Where did I pull it? Bailey's Farm. There we go. I'll add you to the map. Testresov. Verden Testresov. Wow.
Glad we're on a first name basis.
All right. So you are approaching kind of like this way here, where the path that leads up to the house. Making your way up there. Everyone can see the map okay? Just let me know when it's all there. I see nods. Unanimous nodding. Yep, perfect. So, as you start to approach the farmhouse, that feeling of sadness and sorrow becomes stronger.
But I don't feel it, right? Because I'm dense.
You feel it now.
Oh, I do feel it now. Okay.
Yeah. So you definitely feel it now as you get closer. This overwhelming, almost overwhelming sense of sadness and sorrow, seems to permeate the area, emanate all around it in some type of aura that you just feel within you, but is not your own emotion.
I seem to have something in my eye. Don't know what it is, but it's just, definitely something. My eyes are watering to protect themselves. That's clearly what's happening here.
And it is minus 10 degrees out here, so they're probably freezing to your face.
It's probably the Draco worms, because we did kill an awful lot of them. They're probably grieving for their family that we slaughtered earlier.
Ooh.
Yes, the stupid.
Yeah, that would be likely.
All right. Well, what would you like to do? You approach the farmhouse proper.
Get in out of the cold. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, should we?
Are there any sort of open? I was just thinking about looking in the windows first, in case there's something that attacks us when we go in. So, are there any windows which don't have shutters on them that we could peer in?
Yep. There's a window. You're gonna get that ping tool. Hello, ping. There it is. On the side there's a window there.
Who wants to go look? I'm not doing that.
I don't think I
Anyone
can
who
see over the wall.
I don't mind going up and having a look, and I'm assuming it's up with my height, I'd be able to see unless Arnu's better equipped. I suppose you might smell if there's a smell of death, mightn't you? Because you've got a sharp sense of smell.
Stick your nose in the door, sure.
Go look. Look at the window.
You don't need to roll for this. With your passive perception, you're able to see that there's nothing going on in here that you can see. You just see chairs that have been pulled out as if someone stood up and left and didn't push the chair in and hadn't returned. You see some bread on the table that has definitely gone moldy.
Oh,
Yeah, and if you eat it, it's like eating a piece of wood. Tasty.
Does it look dusty?
There's a bit of dust accumulating on the table and chairs as well that you can see. But definitely abandoned this place. You can't see anything inside.
Let's go back. Well, it looks empty.
right.
Seems like yes.
So you make your way inside.
I see a lot of dust or snow of neglect all over everything.
Snow of neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So where would you like to search for anything else?
Oh, first,
Search.
go ahead.
I was going to say search the bedroom, maybe.
Search the bedroom. Okay.
I chuck the stale bread into the fireplace. Verdan, think you could light this place up for us?
Sure. Can I just shoot a my firebolt cantrip into the fireplace?
For sure.
Boom! I do that to light it up.
Alright. So we'll get to that in just a second.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So as you walk in, the door behind you, as you go to close it, closes. And then you notice on the table as you start to meander your way, that is my fuzzy thing. Do not do that. I have this like wool faux fur thing that I put on my chair, otherwise it's uncomfortable.
Oh, that's
Cedar
chucking to
likes
our new fuzzy thing. Don't do that.
So as you walk into the room, you walk past the table, and out of the corner of your eye, there's a tankard on the table, and it just slides a couple inches on its own as you walk by. As you walk by there, and
Did anyone
Valentino,
else do that?
as you were to reach for the bread, the bowl or the plate on which, or I guess the bread cutter thing, that moves as well as you go to reach for a piece of bread. Just slightly, even more subtly, almost imperceptibly. And Verdan, as you go to cast your fire bolt at the fireplace, before it leaves your hand, the fireplace itself ignites into flame spontaneously. And coming out of the fire is a draconic salamander lizard-like thing made out of pure fire.
Okay.
And we all need to roll
Peanuts.
initiative.
Great.
Wow.
I hope it's not big enough to set off your phobia about fire.
No, it
yeah.
already has. Way to go, Verdan. Boy, your first time out, and you just create devastation wherever you go. Goodness. No wonder you have no friends.
Chill, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw before we get too far.
Well, and then I say, I was gonna say I did that with my mind, but the spell didn't even leave my hand.
All right, hang on. So, so I rolled. So initiative was, where is that? I can't remember.
Top of your page.
Yeah, there we go. 14, and then you want a wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
15. 16.
So we have 16 for the wisdom save, 14 for the initiative. Oh, I gotta. What the? I gotta refresh this. And let me erase this. It's being silly. Delete all. Add all.
No!
Verdan, you weren't there before. So I had to make sure you were on the the initiative tracker. Quest log. So that's a 17 initiative for you. That's pretty good. I had a 14. Okay. Tin, what'd you get for initiative?
I also got a 14.
14. Okay. So the two who got a 14 can act together on a turn.
Yeah.
Arnie, what was your initiative?
9.
Just 9. Too distracted by the moving tankard.
Mhm.
And then I need to roll for those guys. And I'll start the combat. We'll see how this works. They finally put initiative tracker into the maps itself, but it's not quite perfect yet.
I'm a bit alarmed by the fact you said guys, where there was just one salamander there, unless we're also fighting a piece of stale bread and a tankard, which could be a bit alarming.
All right.
right.
So, how far can I move? Because I don't like being right next to this thing.
Well, let's see here. So if you hit the R button, or on the left-hand side, select the ruler tool, you can drag it, and you can see how far you can move. In a turn, you can move 30 feet, because on the
30
top of your
feet.
page. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna move back here. It's about 18 feet. Is there any way that I can check? Like, I'm assuming it's made of fire, so my fire isn't gonna hurt it like at all.
Let's see here, and I actually need to fix this crux of fire. It is definitely. Let's see if it's immune or resistant. Yeah, you'd be safe to assume that fire would be useless against this thing.
Welp. I shout, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be much helping. So
magic and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up my spells that I do have. Sorry, does it take me a minute, guys? I'm figuring out this.
That's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. I need to. Well, they added an initiative tracker, but they didn't add any stat blocks, so you don't know creature stats. So it's not quite good enough yet. Encounter farmhouse. Save. So I have to do it outside of the maps as well, even though they're like, we can have it integrated into maps. But not actually. So this thing, what's its to hit?
So I got some bad news. I think in my inventory, all I have that would be of use against this is a water skin and a little bag of sand. Those are my weapons of choice for this particular battle. So
you have
hopefully you all have
lightning,
something better.
I'm sure the water skin will help a lot.
You have lightning.
Lightning hurts fire?
Yes, it's a different damage type.
Oh, never mind then. I'll hold on to my bag of sand and my water bottle. So there we go. That's good.
Okay. I'm gonna use mind sliver on this thing. See if I can do something towards it.
Nice. I think I need to roll for that. So let me roll this. What's its wins? Is it a wisdom or intelligence?
Oh shoot! Let me go back to it. It is.
It should be right on your spell list. You should be able to. It should tell you the save. Right.
Yeah, it just went away. Let me see. It says attack / save intelligence.
Yeah, right. Intelligence. What's the DC?
1d6. Is that what you mean, or?
see, DC, difficulty class.
14.
All right, I need him a beat of 14. It's wisdom. That is an 11, so I will fail the save.
Sweet. Failure is good.
Failure is good.
And I roll 1d6 for the damage.
Yeah, I guess it's a 1d6 psychic.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got a flat 6.
That's good.
Nice. Sliver that
So-
mind.
Indeed.
All right. I think I'm good there. I think I can end my turn.
Nice. So let me click. Where is this thing? I need to do 6 points of psychic damage. That's good. Alrighty. Next up. Let's see. I need to just get down with that ruler tool. So I have things here. Perfect. And then I need to go back over here. What does this thing do? Ooh. Interesting. Verdun, I need you to make a strength check.
Oh boy. 8.
Okay. So you fly across the room. Let's see, where are you? You're there. So you fly all the way into the corner here. Let's see, I think you can go that far.
Wait, meaning he flies as in he can fly or he gets hit and...
He gets flung
Okay.
all the way across the room.
Ow.
And he turns just every 10 feet. So you are going to take
He's going to kill Verdun.
2 more. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you smash into the far wall.
Do I do that like on my character sheet?
On your character sheet, yeah, you take 6 points of damage,
Alright.
bludgeoning, and you land kind of sitting down.
All right.
You
Ow.
didn't even see it. You didn't even see where that came from. But go ahead and make a free perception check.
Okay.
And then Rhino's on deck. So we're going to skip him while I think of what to do. And Valentil, it's your turn. And then you just give me the perception.
All right, so I made my move based on lore or whatever. I mean, I was here, obviously, at the table looking at the stale bread or whatever. As soon as you said, Atronach, or Flamey being, I ran away because that's what I do. Do I need to? But should I? Because it technically it happened while I was still here. Just leave it here.
Oh yes. So you succeeded on the save, the wisdom save.
Okay, meaning what?
So even though you're not mechanically frightened by this creature, even though you are spooked by it, but you
Right.
can still act as normal rather than having to run away like Sir Robin.
Okay. Right. I was gonna... So I soil myself. I saw my arm. I was so scared. And then I unleash a very I shriek, die thing, and then I shoot my level 1 lightning missile.
Nice. And with a 15 perception, you can tell that that attack did not come from the elemental. There's something else in this house that you cannot see.
That makes sense. I was wondering how the angle on that worked, but okay.
Oh yeah, Rhino needs to do something. Something here you can't see. Is he smart enough to figure that out? I will roll a dice for that because this is your game. Nope. So someone has to tell him there's something else here in order for him to do something. That
Rhino, what does your heart tell you?
attack the elemental, and he charges forward.
Farewell, Rhino.
I say good. He can distract it.
Right.
Oh, he misses. He gets a 4 on the dice.
Oh, right. What else does your heart tell you?
Help me.
Does not compute. Does not compute.
How big
For
is
the
this
record, I just like to say I didn't want to come into this house.
Alrighty. So roll your damage on lightning missile. They just hit.
All right. So it is 1d4. Okay. Got a 3. Wait, so 3. That's 4, I guess. It's that's per one, right? Yeah. So 4.
1d4 plus 1, yeah.
2 and 3. So 8.
4.
No. 4,
9.
2, 3, 9. Haha.
Yeah.
Math.
Yep, mass. All right, you hit it square.
Away, you hideous thing!
Would you like to move anywhere?
Oh, yes, please. Yoink.
Alrighty. So you get away from it. Rhino's up there. There's something else in here. Tinred, is your turn.
So I want to cast a spiritual weapon. That's my bonus action. I was also just looking at enhanced abilities, see if there's anything here that might give me. I don't suppose I've sussed that there's something else in the room, have I? I've only seen the elemental at the moment. It's just I was looking at enhanced ability and seeing it's got various abilities in here, like wisdom ones and stuff. So I wasn't certain if any of those might help me suss out the whole situation.
Yeah, it depends if you haven't necessarily seen anything yourself, but it depends if someone else shouts something out.
Anyone else going to
Verdan
shout something
noticed.
out before I make
Yeah,
that?
well, I can shout out, "Hey, something shoved me all the way across the room."
Oh, I thought you were just showing off, leaping around. Thanks for the intelligence.
No, I didn't just
Yes,
throw
please.
myself into the wall. I did not do that.
Yeah, you're attention seeker. Okay, in that case, I'm going to. I'm not sure this will help at all, but my sort of main action will be I'm going to cast Enhance Ability. I'm just trying to think who the best person would be to do it on. There's a Wisdom check, Owl's Wisdom. You can get advantage on that. I've also got Cat's Grace. I think I'll cast Owl's Wisdom and hope that gives me some benefit in terms of wisdom checks in case I can work out what's going on. I'm assuming that I'm just going to cast that.
Alright.
And my bonus action is cast a spiritual weapon.
Enhanced ability, I think, is a leveled spell, so you can only do bonus action then a cantrip, or you can do.
All right. Okay. In that
yeah.
case, I'll leave it in. I'll clear that spell. I'm going to go with spiritual weapon because I think we need to do something practical. So I'll cast spiritual weapon.
Alrighty, I will draw that.
Oh, 19. That should be good enough to hit. I guess I'm aiming for the elemental since I can't see anything else at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So that hits for sure.
And that's a D6 plus 6, isn't it?
Wait, stop that. I'll be right back.
Does he have a pet or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go in a minute to give his medicine as well, just because my sister's nudging me. We need to crush his medicine so that he has it in his food, and she's not very good at crushing it. And I actually got a 6, so that's 12 damage then. I'm going to have to just quickly go and do his medicine now. He'll be back in a sec, so just let him know it's 12 damage.
Okey-dokey.
Ah.
All right. She rolled 12 damage. She's going to tend to crushing Kitty's food. So
Gotcha.
she'll be back momentarily.
10 damage is pretty good.
12. She rolled a 6
12 damage.
times 2. Yeah. Which is even better than 10.
Alrighty, and that is, I think, force damage, so it takes the full effect of that. Arnu, you're up.
I kind of sort of look at it and don't really feel like a regular arrow or anything is going to do much. So I was wondering if there was a container around and just to go and see if the well's working now since we were last here.
Let's
Some
see.
water.
Well, the well would definitely have a bucket itself.
And probably just cut the bucket off or something and just go see if just go see if the well actually has water in it this time. To we last here.
So it's 15 feet to there. And then 30 feet to there. So if you use your regular movement, you could get about here. If you dash, you can get to the well, but that would be your action.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll dash.
Okay.
Seems important to be fast.
So you book it to the well.
Mm-hmm.
And here is where the feelings of sadness and sorrow feel the strongest in this well.
I suppose that would make sense given what happened.
All right. And as you get to the well, you peer in, you look for a bucket. And then rising out of the well is a creature that kind of looks like it is made out of water, except it is also looking incorporeal at the same time. For it is wielding a bucket on a rope, kind of like some type of makeshift weapon. But that the bucket looks ethereal, almost spectral, as this spectral creature rises from the well and joins the initiative in front of you.
The best laid plans of our party suck.
If anyone can hear, I've made it worse.
Huzzah!
It's not worse.
Alrighty, you do still have a bonus action, so if you would like to hunter's mark of this creature, you can still. It's still part of your turn.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Now, is it implied by virtue of the world and everything that if we're fighting these, they're on the same side, or is it possible a water whatever and a fire whatever may actually piss each other off?
What would you know? Thinking of that, you know about fire elementals for sure. So you would know enough to know that elementals are born from the elements themselves. They're kind of like echoes, kind of like memories of the world itself manifested into elementals. Okay. So they're neutral and in and of themselves. They don't necessarily have any adversaries.
Why are we adversaries?
Between their elements. They don't oppose each other.
Okay.
They're just there. And would attack anything necessarily that disrupts. So potentially if a fire elemental come wandering in over here, sure. But I knew about here first. And so this thing arose from the well.
Great. I don't understand.
Wraiths.
What?
Go ahead.
Wraiths. Well, I was gonna say, Verdun was actually going to use. You'd think he'd be a kindred spirit with the fire wielding and all. The thing would be like, cool, a fire bro. But
yeah.
No.
And the creature from the well is also not technically an elemental, even though it looks like it's made from water. It is actually a wraith, which is a physical manifestation of a strong emotion.
In this case, joy and peace.
Yeah. So wraiths typically come from creatures who can have strong emotions. So typically sentient creatures, but a lot of animals also feel strong emotions as well. A little bit more basic, but fear, joy, that kind of stuff. So sometimes animals can become wraiths upon death. Their emotions can manifest into wraiths. But this one looks more humanoid, so it's definitely some version of either the sun or the grandson, their essence, their spirit, kind of manifested into this wraith form. And
I thought I missed. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. We just encountered a wraith in the well.
Yippee!
Yeah,
that bloody well.
Made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So you hunters mark that if you wish, and then it is the fire elemental's turn. What's it gonna do? It doesn't like Rhino there. You flung across the thing. You hit it with lightning missiles, and you struck it in the face with mace. Oh, did you do a cantrip as an action on your turn?
I did the spiritual weapon. I didn't do anything else. I had to rush off. Have a nose. I don't think there's much there that's going to help against an elemental. So I'm still a bit unclear. So the wraith thing's not the elemental then. That's something else.
That's something else.
And how did we discover it? That was there, was it?
That's in the well. There's also something else in here that you haven't discovered yet.
But how did we discover there's one in the well? We've not actually gone back out to the well, have we?
Arnu has.
All right. Interesting. So we've got a wraith thing in the well. Hasn't hopefully. I hope it hasn't followed Arnu back into the house. We've got an elemental. We've got something else. Oh, you're still at the well.
Yeah, I thought some water would help, and it did not. So.
Well, it might have. I think it was a brilliant plan. It was just who knew there was a wraith hiding in the freaking well. I mean,
it was worth a go. Then
Well,
once we
usually
moved out.
we got fire elementals in the fireplace. We got whiny water weenies in the well. Goodness knows what happened if we went into the outhouse.
Did the elemental look sorry for itself after I hit it or not? I just wondered whether my weapon had any effect on it or not.
Let's see. Yeah, it didn't like getting hit that hard. It didn't like that at all. It's looking bloodied already. Let me just here.
It ought to mind its own business then, shouldn't it? It shouldn't be attacking innocent bystanders. It should mind its own business if it can't take it.
Okay. Well, it is going to strike at 2 different targets. So, how far can that go? That's 100 feet. All right. So both going for both Valentil and Finra, separate target.
Ryanel's right in front of it. The meat shield is standing in front of it. Why would it shoot the guy in the back of the room?
You're all hot, aren't you?
Ryanel missed his attack.
But he's still there. He's a warm body. He's a target.
Yeah,
he might heroically leap in front of it and then take the blow for us. You never know.
It will move out of the way. Ryanel will actually hit it with his rapier this time as it leaves.
A way to poke him on the way out.
Yes. Is it resistant to that? It is not, so it takes the full amount of that as well.
I hope it's not a level drainer. If it's a level drainer, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Level drainer. I don't think I've ever encountered one of those, because that sounds like they take one of your levels or health gain or that.
Yes,
kind of stuff.
they take your levels.
Oh, that's nasty. I'm doing that. All right.
Thank you, General.
Had to annoy your group in one easy stage.
No, that sounds too tedious.
Yeah.
Who needs liabilities with friends like
character
these?
yo-yo levels like no one's business.
All right. It's weird. Why is it this? Weird. All right. So Tinrat's going to miss you, but it's going to hit you, Valentil, with 20 to hit. Now, I think you still have some magic you can use if you want.
Shield?
Yep.
I deftly cast. Now, why? Hang on a second. I just want to make sure I'm remembering why I can do this.
Wait a minute. What is your AC? 15. Your shield would add 5. Okay, it would still hit. So it's not
cool.
So it's not. I was just thinking you can use it, but it would still hit in this case. So I would save it.
Yeah.
I forgot your AC was 15. I thought it was 16. Only with your blades song, it's it more. All right. So it's going to hit. It's going to deal Oh, and casting the shield would make the attack miss, to answer to your question.
Oh, right. No, I just meant like why I can cast it as like when it's not my turn kind of thing.
Oh, reaction. It's a reaction.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you take 11 points of fire damage as this tongue of flame leaps out at you. And then it will do something else.
Run away. That's
Nope.
what it would do.
It is going to do this. This is exciting. So,
You optimist.
I'm Optimus
Speaking of-
Prime.
blowing smoke.
Oh.
This creature then starts to shed more smoke from itself. And an aura of smoke exudes from it, so it's 10 feet in every direction. Then we get this overlay here. Overlay, color gray, 10-foot overlay. Alrighty. So there we go. So it now has a smoke screen, and the area is heavily obscured for those who aren't fire elementals.
Quick question. So, by virtue of what we're looking at here, it's still in the epicenter of that smoke. So, is can it be moving anywhere be located anywhere with that smoke, or can we go? Okay, there's 10 feet of smoke. Well, let's just shoot in the middle. Or is that not?
It looks. We'll find out if it moves with it or if it just stays in the area.
Oh, goody exploration.
But that's its turn. Alrighty. I need to hit the next button. Alright, so it is now the Wraith. Maybe. So it is going to Yep. So how far away is everyone from this thing?
Well, it was outside.
It is outside. Well, you might be able to hear this too. It says 60 feet. So I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please. And that includes, it might not include you, Valentine. You might be too far away. No, you're just in range.
Of course I am. Well, what's it? What saving throw?
Wisdom.
Say 17.
I got 17 too.
Yep, 17's good.
Oh, I got a 17 too. I crap you not. Well, hang on. Wisdom 18. Haha, suckers.
Oh. Good for you, buddy.
I feel left out now because I got 16, but I do have a +4, so that makes it 20.
All right. Okay. So you only take half of this damage. Okay, that is terrible. You only take 5, so half rounded up. 3. Everyone takes 3 points of psychic damage.
You sound so disappointed.
I
It's a
rolled
good thing you're
minimum
not
damage.
biased.
So that is its action. Let's see. Oh wait, I forgot it can do this. So then after it does that, as a singular ability, so it rises out of the well, screams, lets loose a sound that sounds like it's coming from underwater, even though it's right in front of you. And then it will make one attack. Against you are new.
Oh, you sure it's not me? You sure it don't want to attack me?
Pause. So that's a 10 to hit, so that will miss. And that is its turn. Let's see here. It will then move through you, Arnu, pass right through you. So that is, how much movement does this thing have? Okay. So, and then it goes through the wall.
Oh.
Which wall does it come through?
The far left corner. Arnu, you can try and attack of attack of opportunity against that if you'd like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hit it with your stick of ethereal, bane of etherealness. The one that you keep for just such an occasion.
All right. Yeah. Let's see if it takes damage. It will. Yeah, that's gonna hit with a 23. All right, so roll some damage.
Damn.
5 points damage. Resistance.
Plus the extra Hunter's Mark damage.
Yep.
Plus 3.
2, 3. It's a weapon. So 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice. Alrighty. And now Verdun, it is your turn.
Okay. Since I got flung all the way across the room, is there what kind of check would I be able to do for that? To like kind of like so I can try to see if I can like intuit something about what that was.
Let's see. This would be more in delving into the reign of what kind of creature could do that. So there'd be more of an Arcana check. You get a free one if you like. As you've been sitting there on the ground contemplating.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to use your
Thinking
action.
through your life choices.
I got a 24.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So with a 24, there are only a few creatures that have this type of telekinetic abilities. And one of them that is invisible most of the time, unless magic reveals it, is a poltergeist.
Mm. So I'd have to try to like hit it magically without being able to see it.
Yep.
Wait. Okay, so how much communication do we have? Like, because we can work this, but would the wand of magic detection be able to detect a poltergeist?
No.
Okay, never mind that.
Not necessarily, because there's no magic affecting it. It's just a thing that
Gotcha.
exists.
And my
that'd
first
be your
question
whole
was
action, so-
irrelevant. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it'd be your action to use. But you
no.
do have a spell that can reveal invisible creatures.
Do I?
I think I
Verdun
do.
does.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We got a random 4 on the dice. That's interesting. That showed up so late. That's funny. It's okay. I just saw Tinra's roll of 4 from earlier today come through
Okay.
about an hour later.
Oh, jeez.
So I'll cast how far can I shoot that? Range
Which cast?
area. Fairy fire.
Nice. Let's see. I think it's a 20-foot cube. So you can center it like in the entire center of the room if you'd like, or you can try and go over here more like this.
Yeah, that's probably where I wanted to put it because that's where I got thrown from.
Okay. So I need to make a saving throw. What's the DC? 14 on, I think, Dex or something?
11 on Dex.
Right, because that comes from somewhere else. It's not a super high DC, but I rolled a nat 1, so the one thing fails, and then this other thing.
Two of them?
6, 7, 8. They both fail. So you now see a poltergeist, and I will color it pink so you know it's been fairy fired. Tinra, technically you would have to as well. Unless it was cast like this.
What, technically, I'm
I wanted
fairy-fied
it.
as well, am I? Am I fairy-fied as well for being in the
I-
area of effect?
I think it says each object,
Let me.
any creature in the area. So yeah, you would have to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Okay. Let's just check what my dexterity is.
The DC is only 11 on this one, so it's not super
Oh,
high.
so it's 14. Oh, all right, I get to say it because it's not on my own. Fair enough. Well, I didn't do well because I got a 7,
7.
so I've failed. But if I step out the area of effect, will that still be glowing or not?
No, it's just kind of like the glitter falls upon you. So it kind of like coats your shoulders and hair and that kind of stuff.
Yippee.
That's all right. That just means that every attack has advantage.
Probably, yeah, they'd have an advantage to hit me. I'll try and move out the area of effect next, then to try and see if that sheds that effect.
Yeah, it's okay. So here, that's pretty good. That's your action on your turn as you stand up. You can
Okay,
now
so-
see, sort of, you can basically see the glitter that flows on the space where the poltergeist is. You still technically can't see it
Right,
in its
through
true
the
form
smoke.
because it's still invisible, but you at least know where it is.
Okay. Since I got up, do I have like reduced movement?
We didn't say, it doesn't say you get knocked prone from that.
Okay.
From the attack, let's see, including upward, if the target comes to higher surface. Nope, it says nothing about being knocked prone, which it would make sense if you did, but I was thinking more be slumped on your back, so.
Okay.
You're sitting down, so yeah, it'd be half your movement to get up from that.
All right. Yeah. So I'll get up and I'll just move slightly there,
Okay.
and I'm good.
Awesome. So now everyone can see, and it's now the poltergeist's turn. So let's see here. Who's he gonna go for? It's gonna be Valencio, Chinra, or the Elemental, or Verdan. Let's me roll a d4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So the poltergeist kind of drifts over this way here. As I rolled a 1 on the d4, 1, 2, 3, 4, in descending order on the map. And the poltergeist will go after you. Valentine. Alright, will that hit? So it's a 17 to hit. Jesse, apparently we can't hear you right now, even though you're not muted.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. So it hits, right? That's what you're saying?
Yep, it will hit,
Okay.
unless you want to do something to avoid it.
Yeah, I guess I'll do my shield thing, I suppose. Try that.
Ready. So the it comes down with a forceful slam towards you, using part of its telekinetic abilities.
Mhm.
But you put up the shield, and it hits the shield around you and does no damage.
Aha!
And that is its entire turn.
What a loser. Now, what I know, like, I mean, obviously a poltergeist, like a pokey poke is not going to get it done, right? That's kind of intuitive. Physical weapons aren't going to do much.
Not if they're non-magical, wouldn't do as much, but they can still be hit with magical weapons.
Okay, well, it's right in my face, so...
Or just magic.
Huh?
Or just magic. Magic also works.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's so close. Let's see. If I were to do that, that's possibly 3. I think my odds are okay. So I'm going to brandish my ignium rapier. And I'm going to poke the ugly thing in its ugly face.
Alrighty. You have advantage in the attack roll because of fairy fire.
Good thing I have advantage. Come on, darn
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. All right, so that's a 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, and then my D8, or my date, as I call it. I think that's a date. Okay, there we go. All right, that's a total of 7.
Alrighty. And it takes 7 damage.
In its ugly face. Yeah.
Or it takes the damage. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Was it getting closer? Creepers.
Let me see here. You would have been. I'm just trying to find where these grid squares are. Yeah, it's fine. It's something like this. You had to get within 5 feet of you.
Wait, no. So can I get out? Well, never mind. I will go outside. There's too much going on inside. Huh. Well, I'm not afraid of it, so I mean, it can follow me anywhere I go. You know what? No, I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do that's actually helpful, but I don't think there is really. But I don't want to stand in front of it because it's ugly and stupid. All right, I'm just gonna go over here in the corner.
Alrighty.
That gives me a false sense of security.
Alrighty. Well, it tries to swipe at you again with its reaction, but misses. So it kind of just drifts there for the moment.
Aha.
Technically, Tinra, it's your turn.
I'm going to carry on with my spiritual weapon and hope that I can finish off this elementally thing. I mean, I've probably heard a noise going on in the background of Valentil, but I haven't actually had my eye on the poltergeisty thing. Ooh, 20. What's that? D6?
Is that a nat 20?
Yep, 20, and I've got a 5 plus 6, isn't it, with my spiritual weapons? So that's 11. Oh, hang on, I've got to roll more than once, haven't I, for damage? That's double damage, isn't it? So that was 5. I'm only adding the plus 6 once. I can't remember. It's so rare I get a double damage.
For a crit, it's just you roll your damage as normal, and then you have your max damage from the dice. So it's a D6.
So I got a 5 on the first one, and a 2 on the second one. So that's 7 plus 6.
Yeah, so it would be 1d6 plus your modifier, and then you would add 6 onto that. So we'll take the first one, which you roll the 5.
It was a 5, and then
8. So it's a 14 damage.
Okay.
Against the Crux of Fire?
Yeah,
right.
Because I'd already beaten it up a bit, so I'm kind of hoping I can finish it off before and then go and help Valentil.
Sounds like a plan.
Does it look sorry for itself?
Or does it look misunderstood?
Well, it's in a heavily obscured area. So it's actually at the attack's at disadvantage. Unfortunately.
So it's not double damage. Oh well.
No, it's not double damage. But you have a chance to roll again to see if you get another nat 20.
I doubt that. It's very rare I get them.
You have the blinded condition. I'm trying to see something. Yeah, so it's at disadvantage.
So basically, my first roll doesn't count then.
Yeah, but since I forgot it had the smoke, we'll just count it. And then.
Am I I'm a bit confused. Am I rolling again or not?
No, not this time.
I'm not. Okay, fair enough. I'm hoping it looks sorry for itself.
It does.
I can't really see it very well, but hey.
So that's your bonus action.
I don't really have anything much on the spell front that's going to work against it. That's the thing. I was half thinking about whether to cast a resistance onto somebody, but there's no one near me, is there? Because I think resistance has to be in touch range, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
you could actually have, because I could give somebody resistance to fire damage, but I don't think there's anyone in range for me to be able to do that.
I have very long ears. Very long ears. I turn my head to the side.
They're so long that I can reach all the way over there and give you resistance to fire damage.
Well, you can move. You can move like here, or you can move like there.
But I want to try and finish this thing off next round, and then that means having to move back, doesn't it? It might. I just wanted to stay. Basically, I wanted to. Okay, for my other action, I'm just going to try and move out of the sphere of the fairy fire, basically.
Jeez, dogs. And I forgot that if it's a fairy fire, this cancels out the disadvantage with the advantage. So it's just a flat roll. So you can still whack it with your mace if you want.
Oh, okay then. Well, I'll do that before I move back.
Really, before it was correct.
11's probably not going to be good enough.
What is this thing's AC? No.
Damn it. Well, I'll back off a little bit just so I'm outside the fairy fire range.
Alrighty. So, who's up next? Arnu, you're up.
I think at this point I probably want to try and get back in the building again. Which I guess I can do in the rounds.
Let's see. What is your movement? Your movement is, I think, 40 feet. Because you're super tall, long, aloof legs.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, if you do move 40 feet, you can get, if you wish to, here.
Yep, I'll do that.
And because of the area, you can either try and get the elemental, or you can try and thread the needle between the edge of the smoke cloud and the cabinet on the far side to hit the wraith that is at the far end of the room. Or the poltergeist.
True. Well, I've got beef with the wraith at the minute, so I'm gonna go with the wraith.
Right.
14.
Yep, that'll hit. Was that your? What does it say there? Longbow makes sense. Oh, so 4 plus your d6.
4. Oh yeah, plus the d6. Sorry, just the 2. So then that's 6 overall.
Alrighty, this thing is also looking, as we say, sorry for itself.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a pretty good. And now it is the Crux of Fire's turn. It is angry. So, Ryan will finally hit it with magic, with his rapier. Excuse me. But Tinra also hit it with the mace of holiness. So it has a few options again. 1, 2, 3. Roll a d3 this time. We'll go around the clock. Tinra, Verdan, and Marina. Well, that is a 3. So he's going to turn around and he has 2 attacks. So his next attack going to be 2. So Verdan.
Yeah.
So 1 attack is going to be at, okay, let me just roll to hit that. Just get that out of the way. Nope, it's going to miss. And then Verdan, that's going to hit with a 19.
Jeez.
So you are going to take 9 points of fire damage.
Jeez.
And I can't do that other thing, but I can do that. So yeah, it's going to then fly out of the fly out of the aura, and is now hovering on the ceiling somewhere over here. The aura is still in effect over here. So you at least find out that it does not move with it. But that is all it can do on its turn. So the Wraith will now kind of float into the middle of the area. You shot it. So it's going to drift back towards you, Arnu. Again, that feeling of sadness returning as it gets close to you. And it's going to hit you with a spell. Oh, yep. So I need you to make I think it's a Constitutional saving throw. Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
18.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Nice.
So this wraith tries to form a bubble of water around your head, but you manage to stave off the effects by popping the bubble before it can form.
Cool.
Before it can fully form, rather. And then it will make one basically makeshift well bucket attack at you. Let's see.
Well,
here.
bucket attack.
Well bucket attack. That's going to be a 16 to hit. So it's going to do well bucket. 2, 3. Only 4 points of force damage.
Well, bucket, I'm out.
I'm curious, actually, because as a religious person, I'm just wondering, does the wraith resemble one of the people that we actually buried?
Yeah, either one of the people that was. I think you recovered the bodies.
Yeah, we did, because I remember insisting on burying them and praying over them, so I'm a bit indignant that they've come back. It's very ungrateful of them.
They didn't care either.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very ungrateful of them, isn't it? I
Worked
gave
our
them a
butts
good,
off.
decent burial, so their spirits should be at rest rather than doing all this rubbish.
Yeah, well,
Ingratitude.
On the plus side, we don't have to worry about burying anybody else in the future since it don't make a darn bit of difference. Spreading disease aside, of course.
yeah, wraiths are tricky. They're manifestations of emotions. They're not a physical spirit. They're like.
So wait, can we
emotions
fight it with the
themselves.
power of joy?
You could try.
Tell it a few jokes. Tell it some jokes.
Is anyone honestly happy right now?
Oh.
Not Verdan, he's taking a beating over here.
Well, it is
if
your
he's-
turn.
If he's a
It
masochist.
is my turn.
Yeah.
All right. Move here. And let's see. I'm assuming that the poltergeist can take some fire damage, so
Oh, before you get to that, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? You got hit with damage.
oh, did I? Oh, that's terrible. I got a 4.
Oh. Mm,
Now you're not happy.
that's in that one.
Yeah.
So you, we'll resolve that in a sec. I won't be that mean, but basically you lose concentration on fairy fire, so the poltergeist is invisible again.
God damn it.
But it will be after this turn, so we'll go ahead and just do whatever you want it to do.
Okay. I have to read through some of this.
Okay, is it the poltergeist turn next? It is. So I will plan its next move.
Just want to go on record saying this is the crappiest house I've ever been in.
So basically, like at the start of its next turn, it's gonna go invisible.
At the start of its, yeah. Technically, it should have been at the end of your last turn, but
Okay.
Let's see. We can always mind sliver it again if you wanted to.
Well, I did that to the fire
right.
elemental.
I'm thinking of this. Yeah, you can throw some fire magic at it if you wish.
Yeah. I'll cast first level chromatic orb at it for fire damage.
Nice. So roll to hit.
Which one is that? Just D20?
Yeah, beside the spell you see +6, just click that.
Oh, yeah. 14.
That will hit, yes.
And then all right, 18.
Let's see. So 18, so what was that? So that was your 3d8 damage?
Yep.
That's pretty good. What does that do? What kind of fire? Is it resistant to fire damage at all? Let me just quickly check that. It is. So it's going to take half of that damage. Still a solid hit.
Okay.
So
I need to actually make sure. So I was just making sure my spell slots were actually like being used up.
Awesome. If it wasn't resistant, it'd have been dead by that.
If it didn't resist it, it would have been dead.
Yeah.
Okay, at least it's not that strong. Okay, then I'm gonna back up because I'm taking too much of a beating around these guys.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm good there.
All right, sounds good. So with the poltergeist next turn, you hit it with some magic. It doesn't like that, so I'm going to roll a d3 again. Valentine 1, Tinra 2, Verdan 3 to see. That's a 3. So basically, all it's going to do is it's going to choose the tankard that's on the table. And let's see here. That's not bad. See if I hit you first then. That is a nat 1. So it goes to hurl this tankard at you, Verdan, and it comes whizzing past your head and misses wide.
Nice.
Close one.
This guy hit in the face with a tankard. So it will then drift outside.
Okay.
Somewhere. Because it is now invisible again. Alright, Rhino is... Well, he thinks the thing is still over there, because he didn't see it disappear. So he is going to do his own fairy fire in that area. Useless. But roleplay. Yeah, it's gonna fail. So again, the Crux of Fire... And I don't think I can position it anyway, not to get anyone else to do it, just up in that area, which is fine. So 20. So if I do this, yeah, he thinks it's up there, and then when it doesn't become uninvisibled, the other thinks, oh, it succeeded, or it's not there anymore. As he runs up here to use his action, and then he will give his bardic inspiration. Who's had a bad way right now?
Probably me.
Redan, you're gonna have a d6 to add to basically anything for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And Valentine, it is your turn.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. Well, I'm just I think I'm gonna go ahead and as much as I hate being, as I say, the one-trick pony, the distance and everything seems to be a good idea to go ahead and light them up with some more missiles. The Crux of Fire, that is.
Yeah, so you're casting first or second level?
First level still.
Alrighty.
All right, so we're going to go 3 of them. And here we go. Yeah, okay. So that is a 4. Another 4. No, that's out of the box. And another 4. So that's 12.
Nice. So 12 more force damage as these 3 pew, 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 lightning missiles shoot out and strike the Crux of Fire.
Just like it's more of the shoo, shoo, shoo versus pew pew pew. Just for the record.
Much cooler. Gotcha.
Yes, my magic missiles are badass.
Alrighty, that's pretty good. If there's nothing else you'd like to do on your turn, Tinra, it's your turn.
I'm going to carry on a spiritual weapon on the Crux of Fire thing. I'm hoping it must be on its last legs by now.
It's looking very sad.
15, 6 plus 6, isn't it? Yeah, 12.
12 more damage.
I'm assuming 14 is good enough to hit. It might be irrelevant otherwise.
14 just hits.
Oh, phew. I'd hate to waste a good roll on that.
Yeah, so, and he rolled another 6 on the d6, which is pretty good. Mexan damage out, which is great. I don't think it's not resistant to that. So how does the spiritual weapon finish the creature up?
There's like a... Well, the spiritual weapon's kind of like a fiery mace, isn't it? So there's like a bit of a sizzling sort of sound as the 2 different types of flame come together. And then the elemental just sort of evaporates, basically.
Yeah. For clarification, Vincenzo, it's even though it's described as a fiery mace, that's just flavor, it's dealing actual force damage. So it's not fire damage. In case you're wondering, why is that fire doing damage and my fire's not?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the same. It's just more of a visual effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got it.
Like it has like the appearance of a fiery base and the like sizzling sound that goes with it.
It's just to make it look cool.
Yeah, I'm a show off basically.
So that's 1 creature down, and then the only thing left you can see. Oh, and the smoke disappears. It starts to dissipate.
That's good. Can I see the thing that Arnu's fighting with? Because I've got another action, haven't I?
You can.
Okay. I'll bound over there, ready to. I'll bound over there, ready to attack it as well. Grab my little counter.
Good whack.
Yeah, where's Tin? Oh, right, you've moved it for me. Thanks. Okay, so I might as well try with my physical mace for that. 14 again. That's consistent. Is that good enough for the Wraithy thing?
Let's see. So that's 11, 13, 14, 15. So as it's become more and more wounded, it has a feature called intangible. So since it's at quarter health or less, its AC is actually higher. So its AC right now is 15.
Oh, I just missed.
So it just passes right through this wraith.
Yeah, it's not affected by fairy fire, is it?
And hits the... No, it was not. And your mace hits the cabinet but just behind the wraith. With a solid crunch. All right. So next up, Arnu.
I think I'll just try to keep hitting it with a sword. See if I can kill it this time.
Can you pull out your other sword as well?
Yeah. 15.
15 will just hit, yeah.
So that's 6.
Nice.
So that's 11. Yeah, 11 overall. That.
Nice. So your sword strikes the creature, and the extra force damage of your hunter's mark obliterates the wraith into a small puddle. Like an incorporeal, spectral-looking puddle that then evaporates instantly.
Good, we weren't going to bury it anyway.
Yeah, not much point, is it, when it doesn't appreciate the effort we went to?
Nope.
Really hate this place.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And there's still 1 creature left here, and Verdan, it's your turn.
Okay. So last time I saw it, it went like through that northern wall, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that I'm at the door.
What could possibly
Okay.
go wrong?
I'm gonna back up from the door, and then I'm going to cast where is it? I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire again,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna cast it kind of split with like the door in the middle.
Let's see. I see. So you're going to cast Fairy Fire here.
Yeah,
And
roughly like that. Yeah.
okay. As you cast this spell, and which color, either purple or blue glitter, starts to kind of fall in that area. The
Do
only thing, the purple, nice. The only thing that lights up with a glow is the floor and the ground.
Boo.
So it is likely not there.
Right. Well, other people have the ability to do that, right?
Yep.
All right, well, someone else can try. I'm just gonna back up from the door even more. Just a bit more.
No, Color, you run strategically from the door to the other side as if...
No, I just take a couple steps back like, all right, I'm not messing with this. You guys have history here. I don't know why I'm the one being attacked.
I'm just rolling random.
All right, but yeah, that's all I'll do for my turn.
Okay. So it's the poltergeist's turn. Valentil, you feel this cold touch behind you. And I need you to make, what do they call it again? I think it's I need you to make a strength check.
Well, I got a cramp, so about a 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
All right. All you needed was a 9. But much like Verdun, you go hurling 30 feet across the room.
Like this way?
I don't think you can go that far. I think it says up to 30 feet.
So that way?
So you go actually this way. And you're flung into the cabinet over here.
The cabinet over...
Right
there
there against the wall, and you're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the corner of the cabinet. And you land flat on your face.
Well, how does that work? He landed on his butt. Why am I on my face? This is...
Because I rolled an 8.
It's the same condition.
This is because I'm short, isn't it? I swear.
All right. So that's all it can do, but you know it's somewhere where Valentil is where the poltergeist maybe. Right, now seeing this, will now cast Fairy Fire of his own. He's running out of slots to do that. Oh, but the thing fails.
Oh, big surprise. Ryan L. being a worthless piece of poo. Who knew?
Who knew? I don't think he can do anything else. Nope, he lights that up. He casts Fairy Fire again. That's the 3rd time he's cast that spell. That's his action. As a bonus action, Valentil, he'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Thank you. I mean, thank you.
And Valentil, it is your turn.
All right. Do I like? How much of an action is it for me to put eyes on target? Like just to either lift my head or sit up or whatever.
It's half your movement to stand up. I think in previous editions it was your action to stand up, and that's like, eh.
Okay, well, I just need to be in a position where I can light them up with lightning bolts again.
You can.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I stand up majestically then, hair waving in the wind, and say, okay, you screwed with Verdan, you screwed with me, and now it's time to die. So I cast level 2 lightning missile.
Nice. Yeah, just roll a bunch of d4s, and then you can just add 4 onto that at the end.
Right, okay. So
Because 1d4 plus 1 instead of 1d4 plus 1 4 times.
Right. All right, so 2. Stay in the box. Stay in the box.
Stay in the box.
3.
Stay in the box.
6 and
Stay in the box.
1. What did I say? 3, 2, 5, 6. I think it's 7. I think it's 11.
Okay. And the missiles fly through this creature's form, each missile striking a different aspect of it. And where the missiles strike, half of it dissolves, and until it's obliterated entirely from existence.
It's going to feel really dumb if that didn't get the job done. Hair still waving majestically. And stay out.
And that is it. Everything has been defeated that attacked you.
Hooray! I still think this is not going to be a holiday destination anytime soon, is it?
Well, no, we exercise it. Huh?
Leave a note on the door. Don't come in there or something.
Well, you know what? Oh, here's the thing. We go into town and we don't tell people that it's because hopefully some people have come by. Well, we'll see. Because if it has a reputation for being a place of ill repute, we don't have to tell them we banished it, and that'll be like a little hidey hole for us. Like nobody'll come there. We can use that as a base or something. I'm tempted to pee down the well, but I'm not gonna because screw it. But
Don't anger them more.
no, apparently they've already pissed me off. Their whole anyway.
So as you struck down the wraith as well, the feeling of sorrow started to fade from the area. But I need everyone to make an Arcana check. Please.
27.
Not bad.
11.
Average.
19.
Respectable.
14, because I got no pluses on that.
Not too bad. So with a 27 and a 19, you know that wraiths are bound to specific objects. So 2 ways to defeat a wraith entirely. Because striking down its physical form while its object is still intact does not truly defeat the wraith. So, A, the easiest thing is to destroy the object if you can find out what it is. Or 2, you complete a specific task with it that will then dispel the wraith as well.
Specific task with what?
The object.
Oh, so but either case we have to identify it.
Yeah, what object it is, if you wish to. Otherwise, you can just come back to it later if you want to deal with it later. But for now, the wraith is defeated, but it will be back at some other point.
So chances are its artifact is somewhere down the well. Is that what we're thinking?
Be the actual bucket.
Right.
Someone should smash that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking if it's not too far down there, maybe. Wait, I can't remember. What did we flee a menace down there, or did we clear that out? I'm trying to remember how
We
dangerous.
cleared out the Draco liches things, didn't we? Those wormy things in a big ball.
Draco worm,
Right.
yeah.
Draco worms, rather.
Well, those Draco liches are an actual thing as well. Want to be confused with a lich that's a dragon.
Well, luckily we didn't come across any of those. Otherwise we wouldn't have survived.
That would have been way worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Probably it's the bucket then. If we try and destroy the bucket, make a nice pyre out of it.
Oh yeah, we can let Verdan actually light a fire this time. Hopefully, either that or it's going to summon another freaking lava monster and we all die.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Go out and check.
so you all check the bucket. So yeah, easiest thing. You think it's the bucket? Destroy the bucket. or the other thing that comes to mind is what to do with a well bucket.
Oh wait, you said we could use it or do a quest with it?
A specific task with it. Something related to the wraith itself.
We don't know much about
And-
the actual wraith, do we? That's the thing.
Yeah. The only the connection you can make is there was no water in the well at the time. So a task with the well bucket.
So maybe
Well,
peeing in
that's-
the
do we
bucket
just
would
try
actually
and-
help.
Do we just try to draw up a pail of water if there's water down there?
Yeah. We could give that
Quest
a go, because
complete?
there should be water there now because we sorted out the business with the spring, didn't we?
Yes.
Right, bloody ought to be, yeah.
All right. So yeah, okay. So we try to draw some water. If that doesn't work, we just break the bucket.
Sure.
So you draw forth some water from the well. And as you pull the bucket up to the surface, you see that it seems to be kind of steaming a little bit with this similar type of ethereal kind of fog and vapor that is very reminiscent or akin to that wraith you defeated. And then it dissipates into the air around you. And the feeling of sorrow completely fades from the area.
Great. So now we all breathed in a bunch of wraith guts. That's swell. But I guess that was better than destroying the bucket.
That didn't take much.
It didn't take much. Some wraiths are easy, some wraiths are very difficult. And with that,
That's something.
you make your way back to Favriel, unless you'd like to search the house some more, but there's nothing here really.
Really?
No,
All that, and there was nothing in the house except for death and destruction.
Yeah, exactly.
Was there no clue as to where the old man and his daughter went? Because they're the only survivors, weren't they?
They were the only survivors. Yeah, they wouldn't leave a note or anything like that necessarily because they didn't have anyone for whom to leave it. So the only thing is they may have gone to town. It's pretty close.
They could have left a warning.
Yeah, really.
It's hard to know if they left before this happened or after.
Like a no entry sign, boarding wraith in well, fire elementally thing in fireplace, and poltergeist.
maybe we should do that so people stay out, even though we killed it. It'll be our base.
Yeah.
No one will go in.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Good idea.
Do we have a wooden sign and some etching utensils, or who has a sign making kit? I'm gonna check my inventory here.
I don't know. I think the only useful thing would be a painter's kit. You can paint. A calligrapher's kit or calligrapher's tools. Try finding something inside the house, or you can try carving it with a blade or something into a piece of wood.
Hey guys, look, there's a whole table there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was trying to think if there was some kind of just like evidence. Unfortunately, everything we killed it vanished. Otherwise, we could leave like a severed head or something at the door, but we can't really. Yeah.
Do that, and you'll invite ogres into your territory.
Huh. Well, let's just leave this stupid house. This whole thing is a
Alright.
debacle. I hate this house. I almost want to burn it to the ground.
The reason why I say that is just because in my lore, or our brother and my lore, technically, we came up with a mechanic where if you leave a head on a stake as a warning to others, you will attract ogres. Just a fun little mechanic.
Is it a sense, or like what is it about the severed head that attracts an ogre?
It's like a challenge. Ha! A mighty foe.
Oh, okay. Well, it's dead. How is that a challenge? It's
The person
clearly
inside killed the thing.
Ah. Well, I mean, Verdan, if you just want to shoot a fireball and just blow the house to smithereens, I'd be totally down with that. But otherwise, I guess we just bail out of here.
No,
I
let's
would
just
like
dip
to
out. I don't
cast
want to.
I was going to cast a healing on Verdan first, actually, since he's taken a lot of damage.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Is anyone else in a bad way, by the way, just while I'm at it? 'Cause I've got a couple of them.
I don't
Healing
think anyone.
slots.
I'm down to
hit too hard.
13.
Yeah, that's more than half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Survive.
I mean, I'm probably going to be okay with it after a long rest, unless the village is full of this crap. Like, if every building we go into is a giant booby trap, then I'm
Yeah.
screwed.
And so once the healing is
So I was
commenced,
I was just trying. I was on the wrong page. I'm just going back to the spell page. So
it's okay.
I'll do
I was
Cure Wounds.
just gonna say, as he goes back to the wagon, Favriel kind of like witnessed the whole thing. He didn't come out to help you guys though, because he knows you're capable. And then as you guys leave, the house spontaneously erupts into flames.
Darn it, Verdan! I thought we said we weren't going to do that.
I take credit. I said, oh, I did that with my mind.
As the lingering essence of the fire elemental finally extinguishes in an eruption of flame, which doesn't make sense, but it's cool.
And say, is that canon?
Then you make your way back to the wagon, start making your way back to Ravenhorn again, and we'll just have a break there.
I was just going to say I rolled a 5 on the healing for Verdan. So if you want to add 5 back onto your health, because you did take quite a lot of damage, didn't you?
5. Yeah.
Did you roll a 1 on the dice? I think you have a +6 or 7. I think it's physically impossible to get a 5 for healing.
No, it's a D8, isn't it, for healing? I thought. Where am I thinking of all
+7.
D&D rules? Is it?
+7. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's generous, isn't it?
Yeah. You're a life cleric. You get extra bonuses.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that. Oh yeah, you're right. Hang on, it's just Cure Wounds 2d8 plus 6. That can't be right. That's too generous.
No, that's what it is.
Maybe,
In that
maybe
case-
a little less
in that
praising
case,
on Myra,
okay.
and a little more healing, you know?
Okay, so I've only had a 5, so I need to do another d8 then, and I got a 1. So that's 6 plus 8, doesn't it? So that's 14. That's 14.
Yeah.
Not good at maths.
14,
Dang.
14 healings back. This
And
is-
I
Hey,
was
good
going to
job.
do one for Valentil as well, just as they're both in beaten up.
Dang. That gets me like all the way up to almost full health.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's good. So I'll do one on Valentil. Just going to add that onto my spell sheet as cast. 3, 4, 7. So that's 14.
Awesome. Thank you. That's 27. That's almost a full health as well. Huzzah!
Hooray!
Yippee! Yes.
So yeah, we will take a break right there. The farmhouse was a bit of a bummer. We went in there, but you managed to clear out all the things that were haunting it, so to speak, and you made your way back to the wagon.
It's like an M, but it's upside down, so I understand why you'd make that.
Back to the wagon with Favriel, and then you guys made your way. That's where I was going in my brain. Made your way back in wagon, came out as Megan. Made your way back to Ravenhorn. And as you get closer, you start to see it in the distance. And you drive past the small woods, known as Featherwood. And I need everyone to make a perception check as you trundle along on the outskirts of the woods.
If I have disadvantage, I gotta roll it twice, right?
No, you don't. If you had disadvantage, yeah,
Because
you don't. I'm ignoring the sunlight sensitivity stuff
okay.
because that's drow stuff, not night elf stuff. If you know what I mean.
All right, cool, got it.
11.
Alrighty.
I got a 20.
Yeah, so a dirty 20 there.
Mm. Mm.
Dirty 20 is pretty good. We can go off that.
I got a 12
20 is
because
one.
I had 8 plus 4. That's 12.
We got some 20s,
20 of them.
which is
Nice.
pretty good. So we'll go 2 ways. Verdan, you see, as out of the corner of your eye, this deer just kind of standing off to the side, watching you as you drive past. And while you're focused on the deer, just kind of watching you, Arnu, you also notice the deer, but you also notice you might hear the vacuum cleaner as I speak. You notice a rhythmic sound of large footsteps is thumping through the forest as it starts like a large creature.
Like a lot of. Oh, right, one large creature.
Yeah, a large creature, but it sounds like it walks on two legs as it starts to. As the footsteps sound starts to fade away back into the forest. And then as it does so, the deer turns around and starts running off back into the woods as well.
Oh, that's
And-
weird.
Yeah.
And then you reach the city gates, the village gates, unless you ask for Gabrielle to stop.
Do we want to stop for that?
I mean,
Phil.
curiosity's paid off in the past.
Has it in y'all's previous adventures?
No.
No, not really.
Especially that swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that fallout was arguably less worse than the house. The house is pretty rough there. But yeah, no, we have not. Our explorations have proven to be highly detrimental.
Well, just me then. I guess we should ignore that, whatever that is.
Could you, for those of us who haven't noticed it, could you just let us know, just so, I mean, what's
Yeah.
the sound like going away from us, basically, so it's something fleeing?
But
Yeah,
slowly,
well,
like
probably
thump,
not fleeing.
thump, thump, like slower pace, like a large creature with a long stride.
Okay, I'm surprised I didn't hear it, but hey.
It's probably a friend.
A friend.
Yeah. Somebody who wishes us well. But, or, since Verdana is the new fella on the block, he can go scout it out for us and report back.
He's already said, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not about that life. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Getting pretty uppity there, I'd say, for somebody who just ignited a firestorm in a house.
That was your idea. So really, you should go scout because it's your idea. Seems like your ideas are the ones that cause all these issues.
I can't say anything.
Valentil.
I'm too short. I'm sorry. Too short. Can't say nothing.
His ideas are not in short supply.
And wishing to get away from the punner, eh?
Sometimes they're quite long shots, though.
I run ahead of the cart. I can hear none of this.
Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with that. You're gonna send the wizard up front to whatever that is.
I just thought you could see it from where you are. But you know what? No. Let's just go. Let's
I
get
heard
into
it.
the village. Let's get to where I'm sure we have a bunch of friendly faces to greet us and wish us well.
You eventually make your way back to the Ravenhorn gates. The palisades have been reinforced since you last left. But the guardsman hails you in, and you enter the village of Ravenhorn. The map is up. I don't know if... Yep, no, it's up.
Okay.
So you came from the south side. And basically, in front of you is the tavern. As you enter from the south, and there's a longhouse as well. And just as a reminder, especially for our newcomer, I did a dum-dum, and this map is actually inverted. So the top is south, the bottom is north.
Got it.
So the big swirly thing there is the ward on the west side.
Okay.
And you're back in Ravenhorn.
So Verdan will turn to the party and be like, "So, what shops that aren't scams are there here?"
Are there
We
any?
didn't find any. The only shop we went into was a freaking rip-off joint. So, unfortunately, shopping is not a commerce is not a good idea here. Everybody's kind of broke, desperate, and depressed. So, yeah, I guess, yeah. We might be able to visit again because we are trying to find the actual shop owner, and I'm sure she'll be so grateful for our assistance that she will offer discounts and we can actually get something at a reasonable price. Although I think we're pretty awash with cash at this point, haven't we? Haven't we gotten pretty wealthy since the last time we were here? I think I've got like 3,000 gold or something.
Oh,
I mean,
Dang.
no, I'm kidding. I don't think it's 3,000, but I think it's a lot higher than what I remembered.
It's at least 1 gold higher than what you used to have.
At least 7.
At least 7. Yeah, there's 2 shops here currently standing. Praga's owns Seer's hut, where she's kind of like set up a few shelves where you can purchase some magical items, because the magical shop is destroyed. The blacksmith shop is at the west side as well, also destroyed, basically. And there's a general store that doesn't have many goods left in it. But it kind of turned into a hostel of sorts, where some folks stayed because their homes were destroyed, because half the village is wrecked.
All right,
So-
then.
Not a whole lot.
Like
Well,
I
then
said,
I'll hang out with the group, and they know where they're going. I
The
think.
only places of interest are the Seer's hut at the very north side of town. There's the longhouse, the tavern, and the wizard's tower.
which we
Well,
haven't
we
been
know-
able to get into.
I was going to say, did we didn't ever get into there? So,
Yeah.
Vernon, do you have the abilities to open magical locks or anything? Because the door was shut.
The dragon did give you the password in trust.
Oh yeah. Don't mind all that.
That's right, I
Sound
forgot
like you
too.
guys got it.
Right.
But no, I don't have a magical way of opening the lock.
Do we want to go there first, or do we want to go and see if the lady who was unconscious, whether she's come round or not, or if there's been any further developments on that?
Yeah, is she at the long? She's at the
She's at
tavern,
Longhouse, wasn't she? I thought.
Yeah, let's go to the longhouse.
Also, see how people react to us coming back, because somebody did try and send people to try and stop us from coming back, didn't they? Just see if anyone looks a bit annoyed.
Yeah. What is the word you used? Do they look despondent? No. What is the word you used? Disappointed or something? When we attack somebody? That they...
Or I suppose they might look a bit. Well, they just might look. Obviously, we don't want word for. We ought to go there now and see. We don't want word to spread that we're back. We just want to go straight there now and just see, because that's where people tend to congregate, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alrighty. So you make your way to the longhouse. There's no one posted outside, but as soon as you step inside and make your presence known, a bunch of folks are around the table, eating some food. As at this point, it would probably be around lunchtime, since you made it back, and they all turn around and say, hey, the heroes, the wellspring cleaners have arrived. Come, sit, join us, feast.
If you could call us the Wellspring Conquerors, I prefer that to cleaners. It almost sounds like we're a maid service, which that's not our group's MO. So otherwise, you're welcome.
I was going to say cleansers, but that didn't come to mind right away.
Cleanser sounds good too. Yeah, cleaners is very,
Get your mops out.
Yeah.
Do we recognise any of the people who sat around the table having a meal? I mean, is the Jarl there or not?
So the Jarl is not there, but the folks that are there are people you've just recognized around the Longhouse and Tavern before. But it seems that Katla, Air, and those kinds of folks are not here. But as you step inside the Longhouse, Rhino says, I think I'm going to go get a drink in the tavern. Why is he Irish now? Don't know.
I don't. He's taken after Valentino. He's been inspired by my cadence and whatnot.
So he goes to the tavern to get a drink, and I don't have to worry about dealing with Rhino anymore for the moment.
I was saying he was never seen again. Did an obnoxious lady with a horse come by here in the past day or so?
Yes, Belova has returned. She's staying in her room in the tavern.
Good to know. So we're not going to the tavern then.
Seemed a little worse for wear, but she's always been capable.
And has there been any news of the observer? Has he moved at all from the perimeter where he stands watching you all?
Funny you should say that. About 3 days ago, I don't know if you noticed, we didn't leave too many lying in the streets, but a small army of those blight creatures attacked us. Attacked the town, and they were all moving towards the longhouse. Luckily, we managed to stop them. You muted Vincenzo. So you looked like you were saying something, but I couldn't hear.
I wasn't saying anything important.
Oh, okay. But yes, the blight creatures attacked, making their way to the longhouse, but we stopped them from getting inside. And we only lost one warrior, which is not too bad, but we found out that he died disappointed in his son, so we're keeping an eye on him to make sure he doesn't walk again.
Wait, what? One person died, a father of 2 sons, who were supposed to be making sure he didn't walk again?
He died disappointed in his son. He was a father.
All right.
So we're just monitoring him. We put his body in the prison just to make sure he doesn't walk again.
Oh, so he stays dead.
So he stays dead.
Okay.
Yes, have you not heard of an Aptarganga?
Well, who hasn't, really? But what do you know about it in particular?
Well, they are called gunwalkers. And they only come about in one of 4 ways. Someone has died disappointed in their son, have died in their own home, have died sitting upright, or died with their eyes open, or, gods forbid, all 4 at once.
Those all seem very specific. How are we sure this is the only one? Could you die on the John and also have such a thing happen, or are those just the ones we know about?
If it's in your own home, it's entirely possible, and that might be 2 of the 4 things. Sitting upright in your own home.
Right. Very dangerous from what I hear. Well, that's very peculiar.
It's an actual thing in Norse myth.
Is it really?
Yeah. And those are the specific things.
Those are... I feel like that came up with somebody who had a very specific set of circumstances and just decided to make a thing out of it.
There is an Edda, or a saga, or a tale, whatever you want to call it, that actually has an Aptarganga, basically a Norse or zombie, that had all 4 of those things, qualifications to become one.
Well, then he's overqualified.
Yeah, he was overqualified, so he had all 4 things. So yeah. Anyways,
I'm being dense here, but why are they leaving the body there? Why don't they just burn it, and otherwise it could get out and attack people? Because they're very strong, these creatures.
They are strong, but that would be disrespectful until we know for sure. To his spirit, he died in battle. We want to make sure he goes to Versgarda.
He needs his body for that?
He does. Well, if his spirit comes back to his body.
Why was he disappointed in his son?
Well, he asked his son to stay in Ravenhorn to fight off the creatures, but his son left for Raven's Landing to the north.
Out of cowardice, or was he looking for a way to fight them on his own terms or something?
Don't know about cowardice, if it's just survival. Either way, he was disappointed.
And was there just the one wave of attack 3 days ago, or has there been any evidence that they're gathering for another attack?
It was just the one, luckily for now, but you never know.
And the observer was not seen during this time?
He was not. 3 days ago-ish. It was approximately when you encountered.
Yeah, I was asking the question for that reason, because at one point it seemed like there was an illusion there, so that he could leave and would leave an illusion there. So that was what I was trying to get at, was whether or not they could see an illusion, even though he had actually left.
Yes. So he had actually left, and they didn't see him around.
You haven't happened to see a long stray hair lying around, have you?
I have not. Are you missing one?
I'm not. Tinra is.
I don't know much about that. Maybe
Just making
Thraga
sure.
can help. She's with the Jarl Skona in the far room.
To the far room goes I. Go I? I go? Yeah. Yova.
All right, so Valentil makes his way to the far room with the Jarl Skona and Thraga. What would the rest of you like to do in the longhouse?
I might as well carry on. I'll go with him as well.
I'm gonna sit there and eat and drink
Nice.
and get to know all these people that they met before I joined.
Very briefly in passing.
Yeah, don't waste your time. I mean, no, they're fine people.
What's their
One more.
backstory? What are their fears?
Are they disappointed in anybody?
As particular short dwarf.
Oh.
Not particular, just very. Actually, no, for a dwarf, I'm damn tall, actually.
Yeah, he's a half dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwarf.
Orf. Ugh. It's too close to oaf. I don't know if you want to do that. All right, so you make your way to the room, and the Arskona looks up at you as she's kind of both hands are on the table in front of her, and there's a map there. And she looks up at you guys as you walk in. There is Hraga sitting in a corner. And at the other end of the room, again on another table with a blanket over, is the unconscious sorcerer, Theota. And the Jarl looks up. Ah, so you have returned. Good. Have you come to see me?
Yes. What news? Jarlmeister.
You're nice to. Well, we just had an attack. And we managed to fend them off. But I did hear you've been busy. The wellspring has been cleansed, and we once again have well water in our village. So thanks.
Your thanks means the world to us. Thank you for your expression of gratitude. Certainly not expecting any kind of reward or parade or anything like that, just because we brought sustainability back to your village. But
glad to hear it.
Yeah. They don't know about sarcasm here yet.
No, they don't. Do you think that the creatures were attacking because they wanted to get at our unconscious sort of comrade?
Oh, I forgot to mention the wizard's orb is also in this room.
Okay.
On top of a shelf, resting on a pillow of sorts.
Is this the one that was cracked, which we've got a time bomb sort of there, haven't we, basically? Can't remember how long it would take for it to shatter, but we've got a problem when that does.
Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks in game.
And I can't remember where did because we gave she has a dragon's egg, right?
She does. She knows where it is.
Yeah.
Zenak technically knows where it is, but he's still in the prison. He asked for Valentil a couple sessions ago.
Right.
To speak with him.
Might be worth having a word.
Yeah, and the wizard knows where it is, and so does the dragon.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Just y'all got attacked and you fought them off. I mean, good stuff. I'm glad we don't have to be here to defend you all. You can take care of yourselves. That's good sustainability there. Anything else happened since we left? Anything we need to know about?
Well, in answer to your previous question, a little bit more in full. We think they were after that orb over there. But we don't know for sure. That's the only thing of significance in this longhouse.
Well, until I showed up. Hey-oh.
She just gives you a deadpan look.
Well, that's because she's enchanted. If she wasn't enchanted, she'd be laughing and throwing herself at me. That's what would be happening. Okay, so they were after the orb, and nothing from Sleeping Beauty here, huh?
She has not woken. But you can ask Thraga about that.
And isn't she also in the room? Or no, there's somebody else.
She's sitting in the corner. Yeah.
Right.
Just beside the makeshift bed, essentially.
Hail Thraga!
It's Thraga.
I think you like to torture us with these names.
I'm
going with her over there, basically.
Yeah, right.
Hrauga. Thraga. It meant something, but I forget what it does. Yes, it's Thraga. Can I help you?
Well, I would like a pronunciation lesson, please, but that has to wait because there's more important things. How's the sleeping lady whose name I won't even try to pronounce?
Theotla or Thiola. Thyjolla.
Yes. How is she?
She has not woken.
Right.
Go ahead.
Just funny to say she's not woken, but if you want more information, ask her. And the information is, well, she's not woken.
Yeah. She has not woken.
Their stories check out.
You also know that the dragon sent you to ask her. She might have something for you. But she doesn't know you've been sent by him yet. But she carries on and says, but there may be a way to explore her subconscious. I've been thinking of some type of concoction or elixir one can drink to enter her mind. But I haven't found anyone who's willing to do that yet.
Well,
That sounds a bit risky, doesn't it?
We happen to have a very hungry and thirsty companion not too far from here who hasn't heard any of this conversation. I think we could offer him the beverage and see what happens.
Ezra is just downing pints.
Does it have a pleasant taste?
No, it tastes terrible, but it would behoove you all to go at once if you were all to go at once.
Yeah, I was thinking you were offering Ryan all this cannon fodder again for the
Definitely. Right now is officially an NPC. He was technically before, but even more so.
Right. Very, very NPC. Okay. Well, that's good. So we drink that, and then we our bodies stay here, and our conscious enters into the subconscious.
That is correct.
And how would we come out again afterwards? Would we naturally wake, or is there some other potion that you have to administer?
Once your task inside is complete, you'll be able to escape freely. Or there's something deep inside her subconscious, something that might help.
So it's in her subconscious.
Yeah.
It's not the part of. It's not in the part of her that's off in this other dimension. Then
Possibly.
I'm just wondering whether we go in there and then get sucked into this other dimension. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, it can't be any worse than this village. I mean, it's pretty. I don't
Could
mind.
be nicer.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I'm picking up y'all's sense of adventure.
Oh, you're inebriated. Stagger over. Hi, guys. Fireballs for everyone. Actually, that's
high tolerance.
That's a kind of liquor, actually. So there.
If you're drinking a lot, I would actually have you make a save, Constitution save.
No, I'm not drinking that much.
All right.
The other thing I was wondering about, and I'll say this is after we shuffle out of hearing range, is about do we try and telepathically contact the dragon egg, since he obviously has some form of telepathy, made the thief bring it back, just contact it and see what we get from trying to contact it. Contact
who? What?
The dragon egg, because we think there's a consciousness in there, because it asked, the thief was escaping with it, and then it influenced him to take it back, didn't it? I'm just wondering if, so we think there probably is a consciousness in there, is some way we could maybe contact it telepathically. Does any of us speak dragon?
Or telepathy?
Telepathy, yeah.
I don't speak telepathy.
I'm all just thinking...
We might have to be in proximity to it to make that happen.
Okay, so let's find out from your body in the prison where it is then.
Right.
There is a spell called telepathy. Oh man. It's an 8th level spell.
Up as that idea then, doesn't it? I was more thinking that if we're in like a trancey state, a lot of meditation, we might be able to just cast around a cycle and see if there's anything that we could sense.
You could always try, but you don't know where the egg is technically.
Right, not yet.
Before
we depart, your body does.
Yeah, I'll talk to my body, my big buddy. But we went to see a dragon. Thought you'd like to know, a good buddy of ours, and he said that you had wealth beyond our greatest imagining for us. It was something like that.
So it's finally happened. Someone saw the dragon.
Well, 3 out of 4 of us here did, yes.
Someone helped the dragon, completed a task. This is excellent.
Did what to the dragon?
Completed a task.
Okay.
And spoke to the dragon.
Spoke, okay. Yes, we did. He was quite impressed.
Let's see. She would turn to Finra. I have something to teach you. And she presents, draws forth a scroll from within her robes.
Okay. Thank you. That's very generous of you.
And she basically, in layman's terms, teaches you a spell. It's a spell that becomes known to you. And also the ingredient you need to learn the spell for the first time, to make it known for you. It is a spell called Phantom's Recall. It's like a less powerful version of Speak with Dead, but it manifests a creature's memories in the form of a phantom. Okay. And then those memories is like the most recent memories. It's a spell under the cleric list,
right?
And wizard as well. So anyone who has the capacity to learn this spell can find it under their spell list.
I'll be in the spell list, right?
Yeah. So it's a way to try and gather information from someone who has died in the form of their most recent memories.
Okay.
Like, say, a disappointed father, maybe?
Yeah. And the ingredient you need to learn this spell is Wraith Essence.
Yippee, Wraith Essence. You can get that everywhere, can't you, in your local supermarket?
Yeah.
It doesn't just evaporate or anything, it's totally just hangs around.
Yeah.
Essence of Wraith.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have that as an overpriced item at the shop. We can buy some.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
1 billion gold. Do you happen to have any Essence of Wraith on your person there?
No, I do not.
Oh.
Okay. Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
But I will
Yeah, you're
prepare
also supposed
the.
to-
Go ahead.
Um, got confused for a second.
That's all right. I do that every day. So, anyways, I was hoping to prepare the concoction. It might take a couple days, but I haven't found anyone willing to enter the outlaw's subconscious.
I learned very on it's not very wise to try to get inside a gal's head, but in this particular case, I think I could make an exception.
Oh, excellent. Would anyone be joining you?
Me.
You notice the two gals are the one hesitating. They know damn well it's a problem, but I'm sure they'll be coming along as well.
I was more thinking
Yeah,
of
sure.
indeed somewhat. Well,
Why not?
who's going to pull you back then if there's a problem and you get lost in there?
He said we can leave freely once we've accomplished our objective. We can just.
I will also watch over you. I cannot join in this form, but I can manifest as a raven and guide you if you need it.
We still don't know who the person is who wants to be rid of us either. So I was just thinking that. So let's bear that in mind.
You know, at least they're witches sent after you.
Yeah, I mean, we had that guy that Valentil killed, and then we had his underling turn up, and then we had the witches and that. So I'm thinking I'll stay and keep an eye on you because I might need to do a rescue mission.
I think they might need you in there. I will be able to take you out if anything happens.
Me thinking, looking at her suspiciously, thinking, are you the person who tried to get rid of us in the first place?
I have a feeling this is Almyra speaking from a god perspective, saying all of you need to go into the dream. I just have a sense.
You can make an insight check against Fraga if you wish, but she's a similar. She doesn't necessarily have new information. Like these are still what she's doing with the elixir and stuff and the exploring of the subconscious. This was something she was able to do all throughout her practices. So it's a year out of date in terms of whether or not witches have been present in the area.
I'm just a bit suspicious in case she's under the influence of somebody, and therefore. So, what check do I need to do?
This would be insight.
16. Do I get any pluses on that?
Yeah, whatever your wisdom or insight modifier is.
My wisdom is +4, so that's 20.
It's at least 20. Unless you're proficient in insight, which you are. So it's 22.
Okay.
So with the 22, you glean from her body language that there's nothing hostile between her intentions. She believes that one or two people aren't going to be enough. Could be very turbulent inside the mind of a wind sorcerer.
Okay, in that case, I'll go.
And since her soul has also been fragmented, things could be very unstable in there as well. So that's why the seer is strongly recommending that more than hi. Oh yes, hello.
Devoured by a hellhound.
Hi, sweetie. That is strongly encouraged for multiple people to go in a small party rather than just one or two folks at once.
Cool.
But technically, it is up to you. But you don't detect anything hostile or sinister behind her intentions. She just believes the best chances with more people.
Okay, then. Just well, grudgingly.
Well,
All right.
first, you said it's going to take a couple of days. I mean, are you fermenting something? Why is it going to take so long? We're kind of on the clock here.
Why the rush?
Well,
it'll take time to make this properly. You don't want anything to go wrong. Do you want your insides to spill out your backside?
You know, that was on my bucket list.
Oh,
But
here, I'll have it ready in an hour then.
there we go. That's getting things done. This is how you accelerate things.
I see you don't understand the sarcasm either.
I'd rather you took your time. We've earned a rest, I think, so we'll just saunter around enjoying the sights.
A long rest, yes.
All right. Excellent. I will go make the elixir and meet me back here in 2 days. And she promptly leaves the room if there are no more questions.
Okay, should we go and look at the wizard's tower next then?
Maybe we should visit with the...
Oh no, you got your buddy in the jail first,
Okay, we're not friends. We're not friends, but yes. My bounty...
He was asking for you, wasn't he?
Well, I'm like Jack Reacher, you know. They ask for me, but I'm not their friends. I'm a badass lone warrior with friends. All right. Is that in the basement of the longhouse, or there's another? Very licky.
She's a sweetie. All right, 4 on the floor. Good girl. Basement. There is a basement. That is where the prison is. But basically, 2 days. For context, yes, that is enough time to do a number of things. It is enough time to go to Ravenhenge and back, where Thraga used to commute. It is enough to go up north to Raven's Landing, which is the trading post where many refugees fled, and back. It is enough time to, hey, get down.
You get down?
That's the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a little something I came up with.
It's enough to go to the beach and back.
Oh, a vacation.
And it's enough to investigate Featherwood, if you wish.
The beach is where... Isn't the beach where there are lots of nasty sort of creatures when Rhino got driven in the first place? Like octopusy, squiddy things. So it doesn't sound like a very relaxing holiday break, does it?
Sounds like fresh calamari to me. But
and
yeah,
it's Featherwood where we thought there was some wild elves. I can't remember now. It's so long ago.
The Featherwood is where you saw the deer, heard the large footfalls. You know there is a Draco bear in there, a very large draconic-like bear.
Maybe not.
And probably some other things in there as well.
Sounds like we'll be giving that one a miss.
Yeah.
There's that. But yeah, it's also enough to investigate the tower. You could investigate the tower and go see Zenak in the prison easily within the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think let's do that then, because theory is that we think the Archmage inadvertently created the portal that caused the undeady guys and the rock blight to come through, don't we? That's our theory. So there might be some clue to substantiate that in the tower. But let's go to the prison first.
All right. So you leave the longhouse and you walk outside. Again, the cold air greeting your face.
Hello.
Like the bite of a beast. And the wind is blowing in all directions. Tinra, I need you to make a survival check, please.
$11, but I just need to see if there's anything I had to add on to that. Let's see where survival check.
It'd be your wisdom, I think 15 or something, depending.
So that's 15 then.
Yep. So the wind blows from all directions. But over the last couple days, you have noticed that...
Hang on, my survival check's +6, it says there.
Oh, even better.
So that's even better. That's, what was that?
17.
17 then.
It's even better. So you've been noticing over the last couple days, as the wind blows from wherever directions, from the coast, from the north, from the south, after a small round of gusts, there's always one gust that blows from behind you, leading you to the northeast. Nope, northwest. After every gust, there's always one gust that blows in that direction. And it seems
Me, I'm just trying to remember what's in the northwest.
something related to it was a riddle granted to you by Lady Almara, who says, and it was discovered that the winds of Threisvelger would guide you to where you need to go.
Very thoughtful of them.
I don't think it's a suggestion as much as it's a command, but
Well, it's the
we can kind of investigate that after we've done our interrogation, can't we?
yeah.
It's leading you quite far to the north, farther than 2 days, that's for sure.
Okay, so it's something for later then.
And it's related to the blockage of luck that Tinra is experiencing from her deity. Less contact, this fleeting contact. All right, and you make your way to the prison. Where are my notes on this thing? Zenek. Hello? McFly. Okay, Zenek. There's that.
Anybody home?
Is it Biff? Zanuck?
Biff.
Now, Biff, don't con me.
Maybe it's
Sorry,
this.
Mr. McFly.
Say hi to your mom for me.
What are you looking at, butthead?
All right, I think we're good here. I still can't find it, but that's fine. Oh, here we go. That's not all of it. That's fine. So you make your way into the prison, and you open the cellar-like doors on the outside. Oh, good, she doesn't have a chute. And you walk inside. Right as you walk in, you see the body of the warrior who died, just lying on the bed inside the jail cell. So it looks like he has not risen yet, if he is going to become an Apataganga. His skin is pale in complexion, but it's closer to the color of white.
Bet it smells pretty good in here.
Oh yeah, tasty. And then you make your way to the far end of the prison, and that is where you see a figure sitting in the corner against the wall, with his arms around his knees, sitting in the corner. And he has not heard your approach.
Xanax, my main man, my good friend. How are you? Good to see you again.
At this, he looks up and quickly walks up to the bars. Valentine, it's you. Oh, you've returned. Thank goodness.
Yes, I have returned. Fear not, for Valentine is here. I hear you had something to tell me.
Yes. I don't have much time. The magic isn't going to last much longer.
Are you constipated, sir? What's...
You see him, he looks pretty bad for wear, worse for wear.
Okay.
Skin is very gaunt and pale, eyes sunken. Seems like he doesn't have much time left. You must ignore the vacuum.
That sucks.
Your employer. You must not let him get the egg. It is the source of the blight. It must be destroyed. It's dangerous.
Right. And on what authority do you have this information?
He's the one who hired me to steal it.
Right, but so he told you all of that? I mean, that's a pretty big deal to break an egg like that.
He doesn't tell me anything. He just told me to get it. But you must destroy it. No one must have it. It created this plague.
Right, but I'm asking you to cite your source there, sir. I understand, but Where did you get the notion that the egg is a source of the blight?
My visions are all I have.
Hmm.
You must not let him have it.
Where is it?
And he starts to gag and choke on his own.
Where is it, you mongrel?
No, it's too late for me. He takes off a necklace he is wearing. Take this if you ever become afflicted. It should protect you. And he sticks his arms to the bars, handing you a necklace.
Take it.
And it's covered in sweat and all that stuff.
Oh.
Nice.
Wait, I can cast prestidigitation, right? Clean
Yep.
it up.
It's clean.
That's a priority. Bam. I use my powers only for good. Okay.
You must cleanse this plague, Valentine. You must. And then, in a few moments, he stops speaking. And his entire body collapses into a pile of flesh. And then he rises again. As before you is an ooze made from his remains.
Arming.
That's
And it
our
starts-
lucky day, isn't it?
And it starts to congeal itself through the prison bars.
I cast prestidigitation on it.
Yeah, you've cleaned up the floor a little bit, but it's still coming at you. And I need everyone who's standing in front of the bars to make a dexterity saving throw.
To be fair, I grabbed the necklace from across the room. I was decidedly not at the bars. Doggone it. You said
How would
dexterity?
Under your character sheet, under saving throws, should be top left. There's a small little box.
We don't have a map for this up, right? I'm just going to say
No.
that I was standing by the door.
I just scraped through. I got 15, so I literally just scraped through.
15 for me as well.
15 is good. The DC is only 12 for this. But yeah, everyone who's standing in front. So if you succeed on a successful on it. So you're only going to take half of it. It's not much. So it's so only 4 points of necrotic damage. And anyone who is hit by this ooze also needs to make a Constitution save.
So
So basically, you take half damage if you succeed.
Okay.
And you see tendrils of its amorphous form kind of lash towards you as well, as it expels this spray of black ichor, and also at the same time, a couple tendrils lash towards you. With succeeding on the save, you manage to avoid those and the ichor for the most part. But those who took the necrotic damage also needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm a bit confused. I threw an 18, but I don't know whether I failed or not. I can't remember now. I
The
thought I
DC was
passed.
12, so 18 is good to half the damage, but there's also a con save with this as well as a dex save.
No, that was my Constitution one. I got 15 for the other one.
Oh, Constitution's good, so you
I
were
just
fine.
assumed. Oh, right. So I didn't have to throw again. Oh well, never
Yeah.
mind. I've just wasted an 18.
18's good.
I got 15 on Constitution.
Constitution, that's good.
All
The
right,
DC is only 10 for this.
did we take 2 damage then though for the partial?
4, that was the half.
4.
So you take 4 damage.
Okay.
So am I taking off 4 as well? I can't remember.
Anyone who's standing in front of the jail cell will take this damage. Anyone
Okay.
who's not present in the area is fine. For those who pass the Constitution save, also avoid getting afflicted with disease.
That's okay. So I don't have a disease. Things are looking up.
Call that an upside, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very flammable. I suggest stepping far out of the way.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is just-
Uh huh.
Yeah, Valentil, stand out of the way so I can start blasting. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it with a second level chromatic orb.
Ooh.
All right.
Just to see if I can get rid of that.
Alrighty. So it's good to see if you can hit it at the end of the prison.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh no, is that a good sound?
No. An 8.
Oh jeez. That will miss, unfortunately. So you launch this chromatic orb, and it hits the far wall. As the orb was about to strike the ooze, it kind of flattened at the same just before the orb hit, and is now amorphic on the ground like a puddle. And it is still slowly congealing towards you.
Ooh.
You know, I seem to recall a legend of a man called Verdun the Liability. He was very notorious for his. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's not the same person, but it just came to mind. It's the same name. I just very.
And since I'm all the way back there, I'm like, hey, Valentil, can you just smash it or something?
All I've got is a pokey poke. My
Um,
lightning.
I was going to suggest, why don't we just quietly shut the door and bolt it so it can't come through? And just leave it in there.
It's not very strong. The orb would have obliterated it entirely. It just missed.
Well,
Unfortunate.
can I grab it with my fingers of lightning?
Yeah, you can use your fingers of lightning. It's a ranged attack. You do have a melee one if you're in melee range. It's called Shocking Grasp.
Is that 1d8? Well, the fingers of lightning is 1d10. The shocking grasp was a 1d8, so I figured the high side is better on the fingers of lightning. Or does it matter?
If you're within melee range with a ranged attack, it's disadvantage. You can move out of the way, but it will try and strike you.
Oh, meaning I would have to move out. I'd have to go at range to hit it with fingers.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll give it my shocking grasp then.
Alrighty. Part of this ooze is now starting to. A part of itself is crawling up the bars as well.
All right. So that's an 11.
11 will hit.
Sweet, thank goodness. I couldn't bust Verdun's chops and then fail myself. That would just be ridiculous. Okay. D10. I believe that's this guy right here. Nope, that's a 12.
It's the flat-looking one.
Is it like the top? Kind of?
Yeah, no, it looks like a D8 to me.
That's a D8? Okay.
It should have a 0 on it.
Oh, this is an 8 right here. Oh. Yeah, this has 0. Yeah, okay.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So here we go. Come on, stay in the little thing. There we go. That is a 9.
Nice. So, as you strike with your shocking grasp, the lightning kind of channels down the prison bars into the ooze and evaporates it entirely.
I snarkily call out, you got lucky.
Luck favors the talented, my friend. Luck favors the talented.
Tinra would agree. Lady Armara be praised.
No. Why are you instigating? Why are you instigating? The fact she didn't say it immediately, she's jaded at Elmira right now. We don't need it.
No, he just he just picked up on it telepathically.
But unfortunately, that is the end of Zanak the Thief. It seems like he was afflicted with Rotblight himself.
But wait, didn't you just say, didn't he give me a necklace that says if I'm infected, we can use this?
Yeah, but it seems like it only... You'll have to make a medicine check.
Good question.
Medicine, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dirty 20.
Perfect. So it seems like this necklace was preventing the major effects of the rot blight. I'm not sure what symptoms you've discovered. I can't remember, but liquefied organs is one of the symptoms. Later symptoms. But also visions are another early onset symptom.
Okay, but he turned into a puddle of ooze, so I'm going to say
the necklace off.
Oh.
Okay.
Because he knew it wasn't doing enough anymore. The disease had progressed too far.
So it kind of just staves it off a little bit longer.
Saves it off a little bit longer, yes. But you've been around the block asking enough questions. So, Valentin, you're able to put things together. You understand that the volcanic egg does not cause the visions. It seems like he was inflicted with the rot blight for a while. It was causing him the visions. So when he eventually made his way back to the mainland, his necklace was preventing the effects from taking over too soon. It's about a month's travel by ship back. So when he came back again, that's 2 months. That's 60 days of travel. And the necklace was helping him, but he still had the visions. So if there's any truth to what he is saying, what you know is not true is that the volcanic egg likely did not cause the rot blight itself. Even though he believed it did.
Oh! And so my employer is a jerk. Because he wants the egg. He also said the egg is responsible for the catastrophes and whatnot, but that's
what Zenak says.
Huh?
You know that Fabriel wants the egg because it's related to the lava dragon that attacked a city called Dar al-Simirg,
right.
Which, if you want to think of like visually, it's kind of like Persian cities, that kind of stuff, that kind of aesthetic. So he wants the egg definitely for reasons, but the caveat is Zenak thought it was for evil purposes because he thought that the volcanic egg caused the rot blight, which you know is not true.
Right.
Hey, get down. We're on the floor.
Okay. Well, rest in peace, or rest in puddle.
Pieces, rest in pieces.
Yeah, I guess, and I guess I'll hold on to this necklace of procrastination, and we'll see if hopefully nobody needs it, but if you do, we can bling you up. Well, so here's the question then: who are we thinking we're going to trust with this? Well, he unfortunately died before he could give us the most valuable piece of information. But I think if we were to tell the Jarlmeister that we have it on good authority, there's a raid, and they're going to be going after the egg, we might be able to trick her into revealing where it is. Because I don't think she should have it. We should have it. I think we're the only ones that should have it right now. So she shouldn't have it. My employer shouldn't have it because now I'm kind of rich, so I don't need his money anymore. I just don't like the idea of anybody else having the egg at this point.
Oh, and you can add anyone who wants to take the necklace proper can add a periapt of health to their inventory.
Oh, I like my name better, but what is it called?
I can add it later too.
Okay.
But it's a periapt of health.
Periapt of health. Okay. So that was not a direct counter to it. It's providing health, which is countering the blight, but it wasn't a counter directly to that. It wasn't created or exist as a direct counter to the blight itself.
Here's what the description says. You are immune to contracting any disease while you wear this pendant. If you are already infected with a disease, the effects of the disease are suppressed while you wear it.
Okay, so kind of a general thing, but yeah.
So it gives you more time to find a cure if you need it.
But you said if you're wearing it at the outset, it is protective?
Yes. So mechanically, it will function like this. For Zenak, it was functioning differently for narrative reasons.
Well, so I'm wondering then, Arnu is typically our first in. I wonder if I should give it to you as a precaution. I mean, I'm not saying you have to go first, but usually you do. And I figure if anybody's going to get slimed or infected, it might be you. I'm happy to hang on to it, but I just thought it might make more sense somebody at the front of our our party, so you're not.
I mean, I can take it.
Okay, good, because it's freaking heavy. Here you go. So.
All right. Well, at least you know the latest symptoms of the rot blight are turn into ooze.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So you know that you can expect maybe more of these in the future.
Well, luckily they go down quick. They're my favorite kind of enemies. Unless you have no aim whatsoever, you can't hit the broadside of a barn with your spells. We should be able to dispatch them quite easily and quickly.
Wasn't wearing my glasses.
All right.
That's what it was, of course. All right, so yeah, so we were also going to check on. We're going to check on the tower. Do we want to try to find the egg? Or are we okay with it being somewhere that we don't know where it is?
I think it'd be a good idea to at least know its location in case we have to rescue it at some point.
Because here's the thing: it does talk. If it does talk to you, I think you got a better chance of communing with it if you can actually lay hands on it. You know, so I would kind of like to get eyes on the egg at this point. Just it seems to be a big deal, and I like to be around the big deal.
Gotcha.
That's why you're hanging around me. But where would we go to do that?
Well, it was offered to us as a potential reward, wasn't it? So maybe we ought to kind of call their bluff and say we'd like to assure ourselves it actually exists by seeing it.
There you go. That's an easy way. Yeah. Yeah, that was offered as a reward for our services. They now have good drinking water thanks to us, so yeah. But I mean, what are the chances that the enchanted Jarlburger gal is going to actually give it over to us?
I'm not saying we asked for it to be handed over. I'm just saying we'd like to actually have a look at it and assure ourselves it does actually exist, as that's our suggested reward. So right. I'm not saying we want to take it. We just want to assure ourselves it exists. So, and to do that, she'd have to show it to us. So,
right. Well, that's what I meant. I guess But you know what? She's right upstairs. I guess we could just go ask her and just nip the whole thing in the bud and go from there.
Agreed.
All right. So there's no ooze. Oh, do we want to do anything with the corpse here? I'm really tempted. I think even you, Verdun, could hit a non-moving inanimate object and cremate it.
All done there, Lovey?
I guess we should, huh? It's a diseased body. Sure, I'll shoot my fireball cantrip at it, clean it up, turn into a pile of ash.
Wow, that was fast.
maybe I had to do it a couple of times, but
when they get offended about the fact that we've incinerated this body, which they're being respectful over, we'll just say that some ooze got on it from this other guy, and therefore we had to stop the infection from spreading.
Yep.
Or we blame it on the ooze itself. The ooze monster destroyed it, and we exactly. Either way, it's not on us.
Wasn't our problem. Yep.
Nope. So go ahead and make Verdun make a spellcasting check to see if you can ignite with the firebolt here. How effective this will be. So roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier. You're a wizard, right? So it's your intelligence.
Yeah. Oh boy, come on, Verdun. This is no pressure, buddy. No pressure.
16.
16.
There we go.
All right. Not too bad. You burn most of it.
Good enough, guys. What do you say?
Well, how much is most? I mean, are we talking like a bit of an arm left?
Well, assuming you were targeting center of mass, pretty much the entire torso and one of its arms. The arm closest to you, let's see, it'd be the right arm.
That's actually a lot left on the table.
And maybe the right leg as well. Yeah,
I got most of it.
Firebolt doesn't actually ignite flammable things. That's what the check was for.
So I kind of just dispersed it a bit more.
Okay, well, I mean, as long as it can't come back, I guess I'm satisfied. I just don't. I feel like if there's any piece of it left, I mean, we were going for cremation, but I guess we could go old school fire, but then that would take a little time. So,
and they say they were going to burn it as well. there is a pyre here where they burn a bunch of the bodies, but they keep adding to it.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
made it a little easier for them to do that.
Yeah.
It's actually near the giant orb, so you would have been able to see it.
Oh. Okay, well, somebody should pick it up and take the remains to the pyre.
For the record, the prison cell is locked.
All right.
Because in case it was an actual undead, it would have had a harder time getting out.
Well, now it's in pieces and it's in a locked cage. I think we're good. We can just leave.
Famous last words. All right, let's go back up and talk to the enchanted lady.
Alrighty. So you make your way back into the longhouse and easily enough track down Yoloskona Ravina, who is now sitting in her giant chair in the middle of the room. And the middle to the end of the room, kind of overseeing the rest of the space.
Does anybody else want to diplomatically address this issue?
Who's got the best charisma? Because they're the best talker and persuader, aren't they, generally?
Yeah, no,
It
I got a
can also be
-2.
up to you guys, how you guys actually speak. You may not even need to make a check.
Oh.
I have minus charisma, so
You guys already have rapport with her, right? I don't know her.
Rapport.
We call it report where I come from, but whatever. I mean, yeah, okay. So I approach, I graciously bow, with a grand gesture. Lady, we're not necessarily needing or desiring really to acquire the reward that was promised to us. However, we have had growing concerns that it may not, in fact, be intact, or it may not be kept in a very secure place. So we were just hoping that we could just take a quick peek at the egg, just to get eyes on, just so that we are all assured here that it does exist, it's in good condition, and we're fighting for a good cause.
She slowly gets up from her chair. You've never bowed before. Not until you definitely want something.
Well,
what
I
if we
mean,
did it?
huh? What did you say?
What if we did it?
I did.
What if we did it?
So forgive me, my clumsy attempt to be charming. You have to understand, I have -2 charisma, so I am typically not a very charming fellow. I can come off as abrasive as granite and other things. So I definitely wanted something, but I spoke outright, was not misleading in any way in terms of what it is exactly that I wanted. Simply laying eyes on it. I just decided to ask in a more amenable fashion than perhaps is my normal custom, as I simply, it is not only impertinence to me, but for all who travel with me, and since their lives are impacted by my decisions and my words, I decided I'd give it my best go. I sure hope you can understand.
Tina was muttering under her breath. It wasn't a bow, it was a slip.
What? Is that a diss on my bowing? I had the proper form.
Wasn't a proper curtsy. Are you kidding me? Didn't get low enough.
It was a slip. I don't think he meant to bow at all, did he?
Right. No. Well, it was. Boy, a big deal is being made about my bow here.
So you wish to know if the volcanic egg exists? Yes.
Well, no, not. Well, we'd like to see it. We'd like to see it in its natural, safe habitat, and just to perceive it, not to touch it. Not even to touch it, just to see and go, okay, there it is, looks fine, looks good, it's in a good place. Now let's get out there and do the things.
Make his persuasion check.
That doesn't, and going to my charisma, does it? It does not. Oh, it does. For crying the heck out loud. Come on.
Let's see. You have an advantage. Because your clumsy attempt at being charming was amusing.
Okay, that's good. That gives us a 15. The first one was a 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Would have been a -1.
Yeah, a -1.
So this is a 15.
So you wish to lay eyes on it to verify that it's safe? Why should I know this accent now?
It's contagious. Trust me. Everybody's been doing it.
We wish to see where it is. Make sure it's in a safe place.
Indeed.
I can assure you it is in a safe place.
Oh, you see that gets us partly there, very, very close to exactly where we need to be, but to go the full way, really, for this to conclude in a successful and satisfying manner for all parties involved, all we need to do, look, we don't even need to, just one eye. All we need to do is lay one eye on it, not even both, just one. I think we can meet halfway on that.
And why do you want to see it?
Well, you see, it's come to our attention that there are a lot of nefarious factors or factions trying to get their hands or whatever on the egg, and they want what is not best for everyone. We're talking Armageddon in fire, flames, and dragon such. So we're really, really concerned. We can't move on until we know that this big liability that we have is actually entrusted. We must be sure of this because we have to move forward from here in order to do the things we need to do. And if in the back of our heads we're going, but really, is the egg in a good place? Really, is she taking care of it? We're not going to be able to put forth 100%. We're going to be holding back. We're just going to be ed up about it and not able to sleep at night. And that's going to affect our overall, which means, of course, this place is doomed.
I'm going to add to that, being a bit blunt, that I'd actually like to see what it looks like, because if it gets stolen by one of these nefarious forces and then we go after them, how are we going to know we've got the right artifact if we have to retrieve it?
It's true.
Do any of you know the passwords to Archwizard Raven's tower?
In a manner of speaking.
We've forgotten it. I'm muttering under my breath.
Because I cannot show you where it is, for I don't know the password.
We all know the password.
Yeah,
Technically, you do.
We do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
let's not admit to knowing it in front of her then.
Yes, that's what I was concerned about. So it's in the tower then.
Right.
It's the upshot.
Well, I guess in that case, since nobody knows the password to the tower, Chinua says, looking not at all shifty. No, let's not admit that to her, though.
Yeah.
I think so. In that case, it's a secure place because nobody knows the password to the tower.
Yeah. Well, that takes a load off our mind, ma'am. Thank you. I bow again. That was all we needed to know. I mean, that really kind of tells us all we need to know. That's could not be in a better, well-suited place, convenient for only the people who might need to see it.
Be gone.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
Vernon, you want some more target practice? Just kidding.
Nah, I grab Valentil by like the shoulder, like, come on, we're going.
You mean you grab Valentil by the shoulder?
Yeah.
I'm picturing Raccoon and I Am Groot or Groot.
yeah, like that. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Well,
to the tower. I mean,
where it is.
Yeah.
You sort of know where it is.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a particularly friendly person. I do wonder, is she the person who sends people after us?
She could be.
She's never been particularly cooperative, has she?
No, she just said be gone. Nobody says be gone to Valentil. That's a red flag.
She just did, so.
Well, not anybody who wants to live more than 20 more days or so. Yeah, she's shifty.
Has she always been like that to you guys?
Yes. But she's enchanted, or she's, what is it called? Not enchanted. It begins with an E, though.
Ensorcelled?
Huh?
Ensorcelled?
That sounds ridiculous. Is that a word?
Yes, it is a
Yeah.
word. Ensorcel is like it's another word for somebody who maybe has been enchanted and under the influence of another person.
Wow. Then yeah, she's definitely ensorcelled. Because that sounds stupid, and she's stupid.
And yet, you guys have been working for her this whole time.
No,
Well,
I wouldn't say we're working for her.
no. We work for ourselves, and why didn't we get the? I'm trying to remember now at the very beginning. What was it we were supposed to do to get the egg? Because I feel like we did that. Didn't we do something to actually earn the egg?
No, it's to
rock.
sort the rock blight, which we haven't done yet.
Well, we kind of did. I mean, in a manner of speaking. You know, if you really stretch the idea of what we did, it's very well. Guess what? We're gonna get the egg anyway. Let's off to the tower.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I mean,
You make
she
your way
doesn't
to
know
the
that.
tower, and as you glance, if you were to glance back at Stioroscona, you would see that she's giving all of you, as she did at the tavern when she first met you, to Valentil. She gives all of you a long, hard look as you leave the longhouse.
It's not a shocker, is it?
Can we hang on a second? How do I don't know how to do this outside of combat. Can we duck out of the way? Like after we leave, duck behind a building real quick, and can I cast hang on, sorry. I'll find it in a second. Is it no? Oh, maybe is it? That's
I
not
might
that,
know
is it?
if you describe what you want to do, I might be able to help out.
It's an illusionary thing. It was like, in other words, if somebody was going to follow us, I could create it's a shape, but it can only be in a certain dimensions or whatever, and it can't
Minor
make
illusion.
any noise. Yeah, because I was going over my spells, and I could have sworn I saw something like that in here, but I don't see anything even close to that. So maybe just not identify.
There's minor illusion. There is silent image, if anyone has that. There's major image, which is a third level spell, which does more things like that. You might not have anything right now.
Yeah, all I have is minor illusion.
So you could make a bunny run through the longhouse.
Yeah, but I
Static
can't.
EMG image.
Yeah, but I couldn't recreate the whole party to distract her or lead her on.
That would be a high level major image spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we have to proceed with the understanding that we might be followed, unless we want to go long rest, call it a night, and then maybe head out first thing in the morning to the tower. But if she's having us watched, I don't know that it matters.
Or go during the night when it's dark.
The idea has merit. So would that be a short rest then, or would we? Well, what if we go to bed early? Can we still get a long rest and wake up at 2 a.m?
Yeah, you just need to take an 8-hour rest.
Oh yeah, that's huzzah! That
Yeah.
sounds good then.
Yeah, rest and go at night.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. You can also do some downtime activities during this time as well.
Yeah, I need to read my books. My
Verdan meditates in entire silence because he does hate talking to people. You have to really reach to get to know him.
There you go.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you can all hit that long rest button. Where are you resting? The tavern?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Luckily, they're still not really charging much. It would just be 2 silver each to spend the night. If
Given
you
that
want
we've
separate room.
restored their drinking water, do you think they give us a discount?
I think that is the discount.
Wow.
Pretty sure it's like a gold for a night or something.
Okay. Well.
So it's
They don't
pretty
seem
cheap.
very grateful.
All right. So if you guys go to the tavern, as you walk into the tavern, you see a large group of folks cheer as you come in, and you see Katla there, Air is there, dog is chewing on that there, and you also see some folks that look a little bit like sailors, and Ryanel drinking with them. And it seems like Ryanel's crew has returned to with essentially, presumably, some parts to fix their ship. They all cheer as you come in. Hey! It's the Wellspring Liberators.
There we go. They got the name right. They're good people.
Rhino comes up to you and he says, "My crewmates have acquired resources to fix their ship, and we will be heading out in about checks watch 6 days' time. I would love if you were to escort us there, just to make sure we get there safely in 6 days' time."
Remind me what direction the beach was on again.
West. It is behind the orb.
How long is that trip?
Yeah, you reach it in a day.
Okay, so we can put it off.
Yeah. They're not leaving for a little less than a week.
Okay, so you can do other bits before then.
Oh yeah, lots of time.
Call that a soft yes. A soft yes. You know, we you never know in these trying times what might befall us, but yeah.
And we can keep Ryanella along until then.
Oh yeah, our meat shield. We should not leave him behind.
No,
Or
I'm staying here
rush to. Oh, you're gonna stay with us? Nice.
with his mates. His crewmates.
Oh, so he is leaving us for now.
Yeah.
Boo.
He is leaving.
You have functionally taken his place.
I know. Someone much taller and much more handsome has taken his place.
He said, "Nah." That's messed up.
No, he has the perception that he's very attractive, but he's really just like a really tall nerd. So he has no personality just because he's really tall.
So I was looking for notes at the same time. Because Katla, she walks up to you, Tinra. "I think she actually has an accent kind of like this. I don't really remember, but I do believe that he was more along these lines than the other accents. So I'm going to go with that."
Actually, I remember it being a Southern Belle, if I'm not mistaken. That was kind of the default.
That was Blotha, not Katla. Katla is
right.
the red-haired cleric of Freya. And she approaches you, Tinra, and just, "Well, I will be leaving Ravenhorn.
For how long?
I need to make sure that the dog is going to town on her bed over there."
Going to town, you mean dry humping?
No, just chewing it.
Oh, okay.
Going crazy. Yes, I'm leaving. I need to make sure these sailors return to the mainland. You see, they have samples of different Rochblight spawn that I need analyzed by the High Elves of Velunos.
Okay.
And I need to make sure they get to there safely.
You'll be travelling with us when we escort them later then?
I will be escorting some of the sailors, and I was hoping you would be escorting the rest.
Well, we have kind of unofficially said to Rhino we'll escort him and his crew to their destination. So yes, we will be going along.
Excellent. Well, I may or may not see you at that point. So I got these prepared for you. And she hands you a scroll.
Thank you.
A spell scroll of a spell. Let's see here. I think it's called Mass Restoration.
Okay. Mass Restoration.
Yeah.
Does it say what level spell it is?
Yeah, I will add this to your inventory later. Restoration. Because I think it's a high level spell. It is a 6th level spell in a spell scroll.
Okay.
So she hands you a scroll of Mass Restoration, and then she teaches you. She gives you a small pamphlet, essentially, of the spell she was casting earlier called Ward Rune. She was placing those wards all around the
Oh
village.
yeah, the one for the village. Yeah.
It is I believe, a 5th level spell, but it will become a spell known to you
Okay.
mechanically and narratively.
So I can give it a go, but maybe there's a failure percentage on it.
Oh yeah, you just physically wouldn't be able to cast it yet until you reach level 9.
Very thoughtful of you, thank you.
But you do get a spell scroll of mass restoration. Basically, it's a 50-foot emanation, and any creature caught in that area, you end 1 condition. So it's like greater restoration. Lesser restoration on mass.
Okay. Good for crowd situations then.
Yeah. So if everyone's blind, you can cure everyone. So she hands you those things as a cleric, a fellow cleric.
Thank you, that's very generous of you.
You're very welcome. We got to stick together in these trying times.
Well, you've done good service to this settlement with all your hard work with the wards.
Yes, and hopefully when I come back in maybe 3 months, you'll have cured it by then.
Well, Almara be praised. I pray so, yes.
All right. The rooms are on me tonight, everyone.
Oh, thank you. I didn't even have to bow. Huh. Let's see here. Add that silver back there.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys finish doing that. You each get a room separately if you wish. Because there's not a lot of people in here other than the crew, but some of them will share rooms. They're used to that on the ship. So it just comes naturally. And after a long rest, feel free to mark that on your spell sheet. Looks good. You wake up. Let's see, what time would it be? Late evening. It's just starting to get encroaching on midnight now. So you wake up a little bit hungry, but ready to go investigate the wizard's tower. And we will pick up there. We will pick up there next time.